Also, we keep saying it's she. How do you know Levy wouldn't get a nice male sex robot?
It's going to be a she. I can say that with absolute certainty. It would be a she.
Hey, things get mixed up in the ordering process.
Not this time. They don't. No,
all it takes is just one click.
Well, then it gets sent back.
Instead of getting the Helen Mirren sex doll, you accidentally got Henry Ford.
Yeah, no, that's not. That I will be sending that back. I will be taking advantage of Amazon's return policy and sending it back and getting back another one in 2 days with free shipping.
Amazon Prime sex bot.
You could probably get it cheaper off Amazon Japan.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome. You are now tuned into the official podcast of the Daywalker.
The Daywalker.
He has all the powers of the nerd, but none of the weaknesses.
Starring Jed Vargo.
Shut up, Wesley. What's wrong with you, Jed? These people don't care who you are. It's a fucking clown. I nailed it. Well, because Transformers are fucking cool.
Levy Curry.
My body is a temple. It's time I started treating it that way. I actually really like that game a lot. Reports of my veganism are highly exaggerated because all she sees is superhero dick.
And your host, Mike Kincaid.
You know, I can be a little bit of a hothead. That's a good bad cop right there. Come on, man. What are we doing? What are we doing here? I think we're badass, dude.
So it's time to put on your big boy pants.
Like a child. Yeah, you're like a little kid, man.
Is that what she really sounded like?
Yes. Fasten your seatbelts and get ready. It's time for the Blackout and Shout podcast.
Okay, so let's see, what episode is this? Episode 98 of the Blackout and Shout podcast.
98, man. We're
98.
Moving inexorably towards the future.
We were supposed to be at Mike's house today, but Mike decided that he wanted to go for a trip. So he's not doing the podcast tonight. Tonight we have with us our very own toy reviewer, Mr. Josh Lawrence.
Guys.
How you doing, Josh, this evening?
I'm good.
Hey.
Oh, look at that. Levy's clapping for me. Oh.
Yeah. I was masturbating, sorry.
Oh, that's okay. That's fine. If you're thinking about me while you're masturbating, that's fine. I don't care.
I was fapping.
Not even a minute into the show. Not even a minute in. Man, can I tell you?
It's going to be the most awkward podcast episode ever.
It always either is a story about jerking off or shitting or something to do with like toilets or whatever.
Oh.
It's
There's been plenty more awkward podcasts than this one, so I can guarantee that.
Absolutely.
So
that sounds like
there was that time when I was talking about wanting to be a woman and then go find some dick. So
yeah, there's all those. Yeah, so many innuendos. It's just. I still keep thinking about the time when you were telling me about you were shitting in a tree when you were a child. There's so many, yeah. So anyway, so now that we got all that out of the way, let's welcome all our new listeners. Thanks for tuning in to the new Blackout and Shout episode 98. Glad if you're sticking around after all that, then good for you. And thank you. So Josh, for people who don't really know who you are, because there are a lot since you don't tend to market your YouTube channel often.
Oh, this again. This again.
Would you like to explain to the people who listen to the show who you are?
My name is Josh, or you can call me.
Right. We covered that.
Well, some people are just now tuning in. Sometimes they fast forward. So I have a YouTube channel, and it is SLB Vlog, and I do toy reviews.
Isn't it vlog?
No, it's vlog.
Oh, he's pronounced it vlog.
Yeah, that's how the kids are called. That's what the kids are calling it these days. Is a vlog.
I don't think they call it vlogs anymore. I think it's a blog now, isn't it? If it's video
blog is written, typed out.
Yeah,
a vlog is a video blog.
Yeah, I think you're wrong.
I think you're just old.
He's right, dude.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, but it's not really a blog or a vlog or anything or a vlog. It's more of it's a YouTube channel with reviews on it, right?
Yeah, because somebody already took SLB reviews.
Wouldn't vlog be something like, hey, look, everybody, I'm eating lunch today and I've traveled here today and this is my story, my life type of thing? Right?
Oh, if you watch my video from TFCon last year, you can see me eating.
That's just
more like a mukbang.
Oh, okay. So what do you review, Josh?
I review toys, mostly Transformers. I've got a few wrestling figures, SH Figuarts, mostly Marvel, couple wrestlers. That's another channel.
Oh,
yeah,
sorry.
that one's on for fans only. OnlyFans. That's it.
Showing your age. So, Josh, you also do comic book reviews.
I do a few here and there,
which are great. You should do more of them.
I am planning on doing one. Oh my god! So, if you want to talk about this now, it's fine. But I recently read the most recent issues of Nailbiter Returns.
Yeah, no, I don't want to talk about it right now. Anyway, so you're sitting across from me, the other more handsome member of the podcast, Mr. Levy E. Customizer Curry.
Oh, I'm touched. I'm the handsomer.
Well, yeah, absolutely. I mean, you're definitely better looking than
Curry.
Yeah.
Oh,
super customizer.
That makes me feel all warm in the crotch.
My plan is working.
I take it back.
How y'all doing tonight, guys?
Good. It was a little rain. I was outside doing some cooking on the grill for the old 4th of July celebration today instead of tomorrow. Since I actually did have off today.
Yeah, I was supposed to have off.
Yeah. Would they call you in this morning or what?
No, they told me 2 days ago. Here's the thing, okay? So about 2 months ago, we were told that we were not going to be having off on Friday the 3rd. And so I was like, yeah, it sucks, but, it's plenty of ways out. I'm okay with that. A couple of weeks ago, they told us we're rescinding that. You guys are going to have off on the 3rd. It's like, oh, cool. 2 days ago. Yeah, we're rescinding that. You guys aren't having off on Friday. Fuck you.
They take it away, they give it to you, then they take it away again.
2 days ahead of time.
At least it wasn't like the night of or anything like that while you're staying up till like 2 o'clock in the morning and you got to roll in there at 6.
Bro, they had done that to me years and years ago when I was working there. Like I would work, because I was working night shift at the time, I would leave and there would be a supervisor there at the front door as we were walking out saying, yeah, you got to come in tonight.
Did he hold a coffee mug? He was like,
did he have his TPS reports with you?
Well, no, we work in a warehouse. We don't deal with the TPS reports.
So, yeah, if you could come in, that'd be great.
I just want to go back, and I want to go back real quick. And Josh, did you hear Levy give me the bro? He gave me the, do you lift bro?
Yeah, I was trying to think, when did Levy move to California?
I haven't got a bro in a while. Bro.
Yeah. Bro.
All right. So
listen, bro.
And for those who don't know me, I'm also a host for the Blackout Shout podcast. My name is Jed Vargo. Thank you.
Yay, Jed. He's the one of the podcast.
Insert fake clapping here.
The master of compressing audio.
All right. Yeah, I am a master of audio.
He is co-host. He's social media manager. He's the editor. He's the director. He's the mascot. He's the booth girl. He's all of those things.
Wow.
Just picture Jed at a convention with like a t-shirt gun.
Wearing a crop top and a skirt.
Oh, I should have did that with the M&Ms to shoot people in the face with packs of M&Ms.
Just swing them across the room.
Like a slingshot instead of a t-shirt gun.
He accidentally hit like Casey Kohler. He's like, what the hell?
Yeah.
Someone's trying to stack their boxes of toys and like M&Ms go knock them all down. Or you hit the prototypes.
Oh no.
That's probably why they keep them under glass, I'm assuming.
Well, not all of them, because sometimes they have like A3U and whatever MMC. Sometimes they'll have them out on tables and shit.
That's true.
Yeah, they did that last year.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I'm the Jed of all trades, master of none. Mm-hmm. So anyway, episode 98 this week. Like I said, Mike's out and Josh is in, and maybe, just maybe, if we're lucky, we might have a surprise guest near the end of the episode. We'll see.
Really?
We'll see. Okay. I'm not promising anything, but
I have an idea.
Stay tuned. Just stay tuned. You never know who might pop in. It'd be very disappointing if no one did. So I'll have to go back and edit all that out then.
Yeah.
Not to set any false expectations.
That's dead air. Just edit it out. Exactly. Dead air for 3 seconds, 5 seconds.
Moving right along. So there's some sad news that we want to kind of like get right out in front in the podcast that acquaintance of ours and friends of ours, a guy by the name of New York Mike, passed away this past week. He was too young to go. I guess he had a heart attack and he passed away. So they're having a fundraiser for his son Jaden. We'll have the link to the fundraiser in the show notes for the episode if you want to go and contribute. And Mike Kincaid, the other host of the podcast, he's actually going to be doing some products for his site, and anything that's sold relating to that, all those proceeds will go toward that fundraiser as well. So if you want to contribute that way, that will be coming soon. I don't know when, but I'm assuming it'll be sooner than later. Yeah, it'll be up on Facebook or Twitter or, Instagram. We'll have something we shared. So, like I said, the show notes will have the link to the GoFundMe site. If you check out Blackout and Shouts Facebook page and scroll down a couple of days, there's a link for it there as well. I didn't really know him that well. I met him like one time. I think it was at RetroCon with Jason and when Gort was there last year. I can't really say like too much about him because I really didn't know him, but it's just kind of sad that, it's someone, that was really well liked in the community and seemed like he was like a really nice guy that, things like that happened to him and his family. Everyone's had a lot of great things to say about the man. So, yeah. So rest in peace, man. And our condolences to your friends and family. So, yeah, absolutely. So let's see. So episode 98, and we got Josh and we got Levy and I got myself, and let's see what everybody got these past 2 weeks. Let's start with our very own guest, Josh Lawrence. Did you get anything, and did you have any shout outs besides, shouting out your own channel?
Shout out to you guys for having me on. I really appreciate it. Shout out to you guys. Shout out to everybody in the group chat we're in. Shout out to the D&D guys. Nate with his, "Hey, Paul, is that you?"
Ridiculous.
It was the weirdest thing, but it worked so well.
I just love Jed's reaction to that whole after that whole thing was done. He's just like, "This is the weirdest campaign I've ever played in." It honestly is. He's just like, and I've been in some weird campaigns, and that was probably the weirdest moment that I've ever been in. I was on a campaign where we were in a flying ship fighting dragons, and someone decided to shoot live cows, the ballistas at them. And the dragons stopped attacking us so they could eat the flying cows. Mm-hmm. And
if you think about it, that's pretty smart.
We got out of the whole combat that way. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but this whole like, "Hey, Paul, I remember me from college." in the Underdark, Deadpool, Bob, Agent of Hydra kind of dynamic.
Yeah,
and
it was funny.
Yeah, when Nate first started suggesting it, usually I took it to be like one of his usual sides that he goes on, chalk it up to him just joking around and stuff. But the more he was going on about it, I'm like, yeah, let's see where this goes. Yeah. So, but it turned out to be rather humorous and engaging. So,
everyone played it very well, Levy. I mean, you were playing along with it, and it just made the whole thing just so.
It just came out of nowhere. So,
oh yeah.
There was another campaign that when we played in person, that the one girl was a druid. She came in dressed up as her character, like in leaves and sticks and stuff. No, it wasn't. It was just like she looked like a bag of trash. It was basically what it lookked like. She was wearing a trash bag with like, lawn cuttings all over herself.
His name from Lord of the Rings Extended Edition?
Oh, from The Hobbit? You mean that guy? The wizard?
Hobbit? Yeah, the wizard with like all the bird shit on his head.
Yeah, that one. I forgot his name. Yeah, I know. Yes, it was like that. Yeah.
So she came in dressed like
you had rabbits. Basically, yeah. And that was really weird because she played the whole night in character and left in character. And like it was like that was really weird. But like I said, the whole Paul thing was the weirdest.
Stopped at Sheets on the way home.
Jumped on her sled being pulled by rabbits. But that was probably the weirdest part. Yeah, the weirdest thing that happened so far. Anyway, so moving right along, Josh, go ahead. Sorry.
Most recent things I got: Generation Toys Red Bull. It's the TB Sideswipe, which is great figure. Yeah, go watch my review of that. Talk it up.
Shameless self-promotion.
Oh yeah, marketing, man.
Happy, Jed?
Oh yeah.
King Toys Ferocious. I finally did that review, and that figure is amazing, minus the tampograph, which me and Jet talked about.
I love that. I'm sorry. I like all those little details.
It's okay if it's like, to me, it's okay if it's symbols, but straight on words. I understand it's a mech or, a transformer and all that. It just, to me, it just doesn't, I don't know.
It would make more sense if it was a vehicle.
Exactly.
So here's my reasoning behind what I was telling Josh. I said that the head kind of looks like a cockpit, like somebody's in there, controlling the mech,
like a Zoid.
Versus, just like a Zoid, versus it being. Well, I thought Zoids were actually intelligent, aware creatures.
They are to a degree, but they also have tampograpphs and stuff on them too.
So explain to me, because I'm very naive when it comes to terminology. What does tampograph actually mean?
Well, it's just a way of printing labels on like a surface.
Like Lego minifigures. Those are like the faces, the clothes, all that. It's all tampographed.
But it's paint, right?
Yeah, essentially.
But is it printed, like laser printed paint or something?
No, it's put underneath it looks kind of like a sponge almost. Mm-hmm. And the sponge kind of drops down, and that's whatever is on the sponge is what's tampographed on the plastic.
Like a stamp?
Yeah, but it's more squishy than a stamp. I mean, it's...
Okay. So the applicator is like a squishy stamp when it's applied to the plastic. All right, gotcha. So yeah, I'm cool with the wording and everything like that because that's how I look at these things, as motorized vehicles driven by somebody that are... But that's your opinion, Josh, and even though it's wrong, it's your opinion. Anyway, continue, Josh.
I also got Fans Toys Iceman. I will start doing the review shortly of that. So I got that one.
The black F-15 Eagle, yeah.
Yes. That jet mode looks beautiful. Oh, it's amazing. Non-Transformers wise, I got new camera equipment, the little roller skate. I got some Magic the Gathering cards. I don't play. There's a comic book artist. His name is Daniel Warren Johnson. He wrote Murder Falcon, Extremity. He's currently writing Wonder Woman Dead.
Murder Falcon?
Murder Falcon, yes.
Okay.
Levy, go watch my review of Murder Falcon.
I will do that.
Oh, it's an amazing book.
I will do that based solely on the name.
Put it bluntly, it is a walking bird-human hybrid with a robot arm fighting kaiju monsters.
Oh.
And the way the Murder Falcon gets stronger is if this guy plays heavy metal music.
Okay.
It is probably one of my favorite books from last year.
I thought you were going to say he gets stronger by committing murder.
No. But so the artist of that, he's also writing Wonder Woman Dead Earth, which, Jed, you should totally read. Levy, you should too. I know how much you love Wonder Woman.
I'm a big Wonder Woman fan. I mean, I'm okay, but I mean, why is it good?
It's DC's Black Label, which is essentially is Vertigo, but it's a standalone, out of continuity story with Wonder Woman in post-apocalyptic Earth.
Oh, so it's like Deceased type of stuff.
Yeah, Deceased isn't Black Label. Think of DC's Black Label as like Vertigo used to be.
I'm not a big DC fan.
Or like Garth Ennis's run on Punisher.
Marvel Knights.
What was it?
Or Max.
Marvel Knights.
No, not Marvel Knights. Max.
Max imprint.
So just a darker version of the character. Got it.
Yeah, but and those stories don't affect main continuity, so they have the freedom to do what they want.
So, all right, Daniel Warren Johnson drew a couple characters or a couple cards for Magic the Gathering. Mm-hmm. And I asked the guys at the comic book store to find them for me, and they found them for me. I will send you guys pictures in a second, but the plan for these cards is to take them to the convention next year, have Daniel Warren Johnson sign them, and cherish them forever. Cool. And that's pretty much all I got.
There's a Magic the Gathering card I would love to get. A couple years ago, HasCon, they made an exclusive card for Grimlock, actually.
Did they really?
Yes, they did, and it's pretty awesome.
I'll have to see if I can find that.
He has he has the ability to flip, which is basically his transformation. But what's interesting is part of the cost of transformation is you have to pay a mana cost, but then you also have to transform a Transformers toy that you own as part of the cost. So
Nerd.
it's not legal in any tournament formats or anything.
Nerds.
That's still pretty funny, though. I mean, I got to admit.
Yeah.
To have them actually make you transform the figure. That's
So I actually made a number of Transformers cards for Magic the Gathering. They would come out as artifact creatures, right? And they would have a mana cost to change in some way. Like Megatron would change into an equipment card that would allow you to equip it to another creature. And then you could, like, that creature would gain the ability to tap, deal 5 damage to target creature or player, simulating, his ability to transform into a gun,
right.
and whatnot. So what else was there? Oh, like Soundwave, I had him come into play with 3 cassette counters, and you could pay mana cost and remove a cassette counter to create a Rumble, Laserbeak, or Ravage, and each one of them had their own abilities and stuff. Like when Rumble comes into play, he deals 1 damage to each creature without flying.
Are you playing the Transformers trading card game, Levy?
No.
Oh.
Him and Bert have their game going.
Yeah, I haven't to play trading card games with. So.
Bert, just give Bert a call. So, Levy, why don't you just roll into your halls and shoutouts?
Oh, sure. Let's see here. I don't really have any shoutouts, I don't think. I did get the amazing Yamaguchi Rebel Tech Wonder Woman that came out this week. That's a great figure. I really like it. Yeah, and I think that's it.
That Wonder Woman you got looks a lot better than that Mafex one that you sent the picture, or was it Jed that sent the pictures of the Mafex?
The Mafex
Wonder
It's
Woman.
pronounced Mafex, toy reviewer,
Whatever.
Josh Lawrence.
Whatever.
Which Mafex Wonder Woman did he send?
Which one was that, Jed?
It was the, I don't know, it was like...
Yeah, no, the figure's great. It's got some minor issues, like she doesn't hold her shield all that well. But, I mean, the articulation, as always, on these figures is amazing. They're easily some of the best articulated 6-inch figures on the market. So, as long as you can get past some of the ugly joints. But, I mean, they've gotten a lot better since, their early days with, Spider-Man and Deadpool. They actually look a lot better in vanilla poses now. Like those old figures, you couldn't really put them in just a vanilla A stance because they would just look awful. They were meant, to be in dynamic poses and whatnot for like photography and shelf display and stuff.
Oh, it wasn't a Mafex Wonder Woman. It was the Mezco 112.
It's pronounced Mafex. Mafex.
Whatever.
Say it with us. May, like
Ma.
May.
Ma.
May. Mafex.
Well, to his credit, I mean, it stands for Massive Action Figure something. So
Taika Waititi.
Yeah, Jed, say Taika Waititi.
Taika Waititi.
I think he was just pulling my leg. But yeah, no. Well, the comic version of Wonder Woman coming out for the Mezco 112 looks really good. The articulation for that's not going to be anywhere near as good as the Rebel Tech one, though. But Mezco isn't known for its articulation. So, but yeah, that was the only figure I got. So small haul for me.
Cool.
How about you, Jed?
Oh, I got a lot of stuff. So let's see. Let me start with the shout outs. So shout outs to the guys working with for Cybertron Falls. We're moving along pretty good on the next episode. Been doing a lot more realistic texturing and materials, and Christian's going around and updating almost all the models for everything, which is cool. So it's kind of going from like a Cybertron mode to like a Earth mode type of stuff.
Okay.
Probably explain that with like a Teletran one or some other type of story explanation for that. And Sam's writing up all the stuff, which is cool. Roger's been working on that environment stuff, so we're moving along pretty good. So hopefully, I don't know when the next one's going to be. It's going to be a while because things like this take time. Let's see. So in surprising news, Back and Forth will be back with a special episode that we're going to be recording on Sunday. Yes. Yep.
When's that getting recorded?
Sunday.
Oh, really?
What are you guys talking about?
I don't know. Things that are, but I don't know. It's the formats can be different. We're not gonna like pick music and movies to like go back and forth on. We're gonna basically kind of bring up our own things that we've been, new stuff that we've been seeing or watching, experimenting with, or involved with. Kyle's more into like photography nowadays. He's going to school for that. He, I've been heavily more into the 3D animation stuff, and Tyler's been getting, back into his miniature
Fatherhood.
painting. That too, but I mean,
As a father.
that's not really that interesting. I changed a diaper, I fed a baby. That's that's about it for the first couple of years.
And the last few years also.
Yeah, it's not really a geeky type of subject to cover. But anyway, we're probably going to bring up that type of stuff and like music that we've been listening to. So things that we've been watching. But
That's
it's going to be back. We'll probably do, I don't know, we'll see how it goes. All I know is that Brother Kyle's going to be editing the show. So we'll see how it turns out.
Really?
This time around. Yes. I get enough stuff to do. Can't take on another show. So that was the deal. So he's going to be doing that.
That's
so it's
cool,
gonna be a lot of, yeah. So
He's got some mileage under his belt with that.
yeah, my friend Sean got his book published just the other day, which was cool. So he has his book up on Amazon now, and you can buy it as a Kindle. It's called Spiteful Skies. It's
a fiction novel.
It's actually no, it's a memoirs of his life when he was growing up as a kid, and it deals focused mainly around child abuse and mother with alcoholism, like growing up and experienced that and having to take care of himself and his brother. So it's not like a feel good read or it's like not a a geeky toy type of subject or anything like that.
It's a good thing you mentioned that because I was going to crack a joke, but I'm not gonna do that.
No. So it's based upon like his life as a kid growing up with that situation. So check it out. Go to Amazon, buy a copy. I think it's only like $2.99. It's 100 and almost 200 pages, I think, or so. Spiteful Skies. His name is Sean, Shawn,
Sean
Zupa, Zupa. So if you look for those things on Amazon, it'll come up.
Okay.
I just created a DeviantArt site and an Etsy site for my art. So marketing, marketing. Just kind of hit like hit all the different sites and stuff. And I actually switched it up a little bit where now if you go and buy basically, more than one poster, you get free shipping in the domestic United States. So throw 20 down, get free shipping. I will send you posters, that type of stuff. So
signed 8x10 of John Bailey.
11 by 17 art. What did I get? I got Luke Skywalker Bespin. What's that? 40th anniversary Star Wars figures.
The vintage Empire.
Yeah.
Figures. Yeah.
Yep. I got that. Yep. And I pre-ordered a Chewie and a Darth Vader, and I got a probe droid coming.
I decided not to get Chewie.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Thought you wanted to have the whole cockpit crew.
I don't know. I don't collect Star Wars figures, so I really should.
Neither do I.
Just in case.
I just wanted to get a couple of figures, and that was it. So
I gotta stop using that as an excuse.
I had this whole plan where I was just going to have Han and Chewie and the probe droid because that looked cool, like a little snowy type of thing. And then I was like, I want to get Vader because Vader's cool. Then I'm like, I need somebody to fight Vader, so I got to get Luke. So
then you got to get Leia because it's Luke's sister.
How it goes.
I don't want to get Leia. I don't want to get Lando. I don't want to get R2. I already have an R2 and 3PO. But yeah. I gave that to you. So you're gonna sell it back to me. That's funny.
Then you gotta get Yoda, so Yoda can train Luke.
I don't need to get any of that stuff. No, I'm not getting anything else. That's it. I gotta cut. I wanted to, but I'm not going to because then I'd have to get a Luke to be in the snow speeder.
And the Bespin Luke ain't gonna cut it.
No, it has to be, in the whole flight suit. So
you could just put Dak in the pilot seat, and no one will notice. I'll just continuity police are going to come knocking on your door.
I'll just get an AT-AT with a foot on top of it. That way you can't tell who's in it. That's a good use of $130 for toy figure. No, that's not going to happen. I'm not going to get that.
You should throw a firecracker in it. Light it up.
Let's see what else I get. I got Vash the Stampede from Trigun. I got the older Rebel Tech figure, which is cool. I've been looking for that for a while. I found a used figure on Ami. Good price.
That's like one of the really old ones, right?
10 years maybe? maybe it was like an 80 or 90 numbering.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know what they're at now.
It's a lot smaller than the usual figures, right?
It's about the same size. It's kind of like a Figma size.
Oh, right.
I don't have any other Rebel tech, so I don't know. Yeah, those figures had like a really weird elongated abdomen type of thing. The way that you would pose them, the way they were drawn in the anime, it's really cool. And then I picked up the Figma guts from Berserk with the Berserker armor.
Speaking of Figma, I never ordered that freaking white blood cell.
Oh yeah, that looks cool.
From Cells at Work.
And I got Griffith too. So I got Guts and Griffith.
Cool.
And you guys have no idea what I'm talking about. So
No.
Everyone else who watched Berserk will know what I'm talking about if you watch that anime.
I knew it was anime at least. I just never watched it.
Oh, it's fantastic.
Is that Dragon Ball Z?
No, it's really good stuff. They had the original anime, which was like hand drawn, and then they only did a season of that, and then they cut it off at the end when everything like kind of goes to shit. But then they redid they like a reboot of it a couple of years ago, and it was done in that 3 trying to be 2D type of looking anime, which was okay. I mean, but they kind of had like 3 mini movies on it, and then like a season, which was decent. So I mean, it followed the manga, not exactly, but pretty closely. It's a good watch, especially the original hand drawn anime stuff. That was really good. Anyway, so that's all the stuff I got. I got a lot. And then I pre-ordered a whole ton of crap, which is insane. I'm sure you guys did too.
Yeah.
You guys want to move on to nerd news?
Sure.
Lead the way, Jed. We will follow.
All right. So did you hear that Rubble is a British cat? He was the world's oldest cat. Died. He was, guess how old he was?
30.
Good guess. He was 31 years old.
Ah, damn.
31-year-old cat. That's crazy.
That is crazy.
The previous oldest cat was 30, so I figured he would have probably outlived him by just maybe like a couple of weeks or months or something like that. That's why he's 30.
I hate cats anyway, so.
Oh,
wow. One more thing that you can put on Josh's levy.
I hate cats. Oh, fuck you.
I'm a dog person. I'm sorry.
I like dogs too. You can like both.
No, I can't because I'm allergic to cats.
Oh, you're allergic?
People take their allergies as a reason to hate an animal.
Yeah. Well, it's just the nicest reason. I mean, I got other reasons, but
it's not the cat's fault that you're allergic to it.
No, it's my genetics, and I get it, but it's a reason.
You're an awful person. You should feel awful.
I do. I really do.
How can you hate cats?
Easy.
They're so wonderful. They're such wonderful creatures.
What does a 31-year-old cat do, by the way?
It does pretty much the same thing that a cat just lays around all day.
So let's see, moving on. Dan Hicks, who is 68 years old, was an American actor. He was a friend of Sam Raimi, and he played Jake in the Evil Dead 2 movie. He was Bobby Joe's boyfriend, the guy with the suspenders and stuff, that guy, if you remember the movie. He was also in Darkman, and he also like cameoed in a bunch of other Sam Raimi movies like Spider-Man and stuff. He died of cancer. He was 68 years old. Sad. Carl Reiner died.
Yeah.
He was 98,
that is sad.
Which is crazy. He was a big, he was also like another one of those things where he was like friends with Mel Brooks, and he was always in like a lot of Mel Brooks stuff. But he was on the Dick Van Dyke Show, and
he created it,
and he was also a director. Yeah, he was a director and writer. Grammy winner in 1999 and a 9-time Emmy winner, which is kind of cool. He was also in Ocean's 11. You guys remember that?
The original Ocean's 11, or was it the new one?
The new one.
Okay, well, not necessarily new, but the most recent.
Yeah, and he was in The Jerk. You guys remember Steve Martin? Yeah.
So you said he was 98, huh?
98. Yep.
Hugh Downs passed away this week. Yeah, he was 99. I just mentioned it because of the age,
Here's one that I didn't even. This is one of the things that surprised me when I was like going through them. But Joel Schumacher died.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was.
I didn't even know that. He was 80 years old. He died of cancer.
He gets a lot of flack for the Batman movies he directed.
Right.
But he directed a lot of good movies.
Oh, he did. Like, yeah, I mean, his career before that was, even after that, he did a lot of good movies too. He did The Lost Boys. He did Falling Down.
I love that movie.
Oh, that movie is great.
What was some of the other stuff that he did that was pretty well, no, I can't remember the other list of stuff. But you go check out IMDb. You can. I know he did Phone Booth. That was like after Batman Forever.
Yeah.
That was a great movie too.
A couple other ones like that. But
St. Elmo's Fire.
That's it. That's the one I was trying to think of. St. Elmo's Fire.
Flatliners.
That's it. That's
the original one?
Yeah, the original Flatliners.
Oh, wow.
Millimeter, Phantom of the Opera, number 23.
I know he did number 23. Then again, I didn't really pay attention that much to that movie.
After the whole Batman thing, he really went to like smaller movies and stuff because of everyone giving him shit for like taking Batman. I mean, it's not really his fault, I don't think. Taking Batman.
I mean, he okayed the bat nipples. I mean,
no, it kind of is his fault because I mean, it was his vision. It was his.
Yeah.
No, and he's apologized for those movies. Even like in the commentary, he's apologized for those movies.
Well, wasn't it mainly the studio wanted to sell more toys to kids, so they wanted to make it more, childish?
And putting nipples on it makes it more childish? I mean...
Well, yeah, sure. I don't know. I didn't come here to talk about bat nipples, so I didn't do a lot of research on that.
Huh.
Anyway, moving them right along. And another one here that I was actually shocked that I didn't know about, but Joe Sinnott died. He was 93 years old. Josh, you know who that is, right?
No, I don't.
Oh, okay. So Joe Sinnott was he was the inker. He's also an artist and stuff, but he mainly inked like all of like Jack Kirby's work and like every single Marvel issue known to man. He was like it was like him, Stan Lee, and Joe Kirby like in the beginning. It was them. He's a Hall of Fame artist, comic book artist.
That is just sad.
Yeah, he was there like at the beginning with Atlas and then rolled into Marvel, and everybody wanted him to ink their stuff because he was like the best at the time. Mm-hmm. And I forget what year it was, but I think it was probably around maybe the early 2000s or the 90s is when he kind of like retired out of comics. And he inked all the Spider-Man weekly comic strip for like the papers and stuff and online.
That's sad.
Yeah, everybody wanted him to do have him do their work and stuff. So he was in all those issues that were milestone, like the first Doctor Doom, the original, original, but some of the getting X-Men and Fantastic Four and Avengers and Thor. It's all that stuff. So. But yeah, he passed away. He was 93.
That's sad.
That's surprising, Josh. You don't know who that was.
Inkers really, I mean, especially the early inkers, I don't know all that well. I mean, I don't know. It's sad. It really is.
What, you get the whole Kevin Smith joke, right? Where inkers are just tracers and they just fill in the lines and stuff. But I'll tell you what, man, just doing like comic book art myself, going from like just the pencils and then doing the ink, inkers like have a lot more like work and responsibility than what you think they do.
Yeah, totally. I mean, I get what you're saying. It's just I just didn't put the name to the job.
Yeah, artists get like all the glory, and inkers are like the bass players like, with recognition. They hardly ever mention
to the drawing.
Yeah, it's crazy. And or if you're Rob Liefeld, you'll just basically not draw a part of it and let the inker fill it in for you,
except for feet.
Except for feet. Yeah. So let's see. Moving right along. Let's go to the trailers.
Mm-hmm.
All right. What did you guys think of Superman, Man of Tomorrow?
Oh, I'm definitely interested in it. It's Superman, so
right.
I'll consume any bit of Superman media that I can.
Neil Flynn is Pa Kent. I'm sold.
Who?
Neil Flynn. He was the janitor on Scrubs.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, okay. He's playing Pa Kent, and he's a great actor.
Okay. An off point for a new animated movie continuity for them because they did finish the New 52 animated universe.
He said they're going to be
Apocalypse War.
Yeah,
there was plans. I read a news article a little bit ago that said that they were going to try to do something different with Superman this time around. I think
so. I'm watching the trailer. Oh, sorry, go ahead, Jed. Go ahead.
I was just telling the guys over in the Beast Wars chat about how they want to have 10 people on like their StreamYard channel. I'm like, it's hard enough with 3,
right?
10. So
it's the whole podcasting thing.
Yeah, he's usually just talking to himself in his room with his toys. Anyway, so I read an article that said I think they wanted to do more like a different thing for Superman where he's like an older, I think, character, maybe more of like maybe a mentor type of situation, and have still be
I didn't
like
get
involved.
that from this trailer.
No,
This is more like an origin thing, but I'm just saying that in the books, I think that's the way they want to start going with it. That's the rumor anyway.
I don't know if they really needed to touch on the origin again. I think they could have just started out with him already being Superman, but.
Well, I mean, it could be flashbacks or it could just be like a little snippet of the beginning of the movie, which I'm okay with if it's like a little snippet.
Yeah, but this is more like, don't you think that this movie is going to be more like a Superman year one type of thing?
Yeah,
kind of.
Like.
Yeah.
I was trying to figure out, because normally these DC animated movies are based off of a comic book story, and I think this is completely original, isn't it?
I don't know.
That's a good question.
Because I thought I heard something about like DC animated, they maybe ran out of ideas for doing animated movies. And I'm like, are you kidding me? There's so many stories they could have done. They never touched on Blackest Night or any Green Lantern except for the origin. And Green Lantern's one of my favorite characters.
Yeah, I'd like to see them do movies for other characters. I mean, they made one Flash movie, And
it was Flashpoint. I mean,
yeah, it's like the one story that they always adapt in like every other medium.
Mm-hmm.
So,
well, that's going to be the Flash movie is supposedly going to be Flashpoint.
Yeah, my point exactly.
That Suicide Squad DC animated movie was really good. You should watch it if you haven't seen it. It actually ties into Flashpoint. The article that I read that said that here, and this is what I quote, is that this will definitely change Superman's role in the DC universe, and the site explains that the eventual plan is potentially for Jonathan Kent to become the new Superman, with Clark Kent being aged up. So like Professor X and House of X.
His son. Okay.
Yeah, it's looking like Man of Steel will soon go against principles in a bid to do what he believes is right for humanity as a whole, because they had said that he's going to be dubbed like King of the Earth and deputized by the United Nations. They don't want to trust him, even though his secret identity was revealed to the public. And that the rumor is that they plan to make Superman like the leader of the Authority.
No.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, with teaming superheroes made up of characters like Jenny Sparks, Midnighter, Apollo, the Doctor, Engineer, Jack, Hawksmoor, and Swift.
Because in the New 52 continuity, wasn't it Martian Manhunter who was in charge of the Authority?
Well, apparently he's going to be independent group that get job done by any means necessary from a position of extreme power. While they're still the good guys, they approach them somewhat dictatorial, and their methods become more and more ruthless.
Yeah, that doesn't sound like Superman.
I'm surprised that DC never did an animated version of like Crisis on Infinite Earths or Infinite Crisis.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the big, huge DC event books from like the mid 2000s.
Or Kingdom Come.
Kingdom Come. I mean, they did do New Frontier. You know, Darwin Cook's New Frontier, which is really good, really well translated.
The other thing too about this one is that Zachary Quinto is going to play Lex Luthor.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
That's interesting.
Rainn Wilson did a really good job as Lex, I thought.
I agree.
So
let's move on. What's next? Unless you have something else to say, Levy.
I lost it.
Okay. The Boys. What do you guys think of the first couple minutes of the new season?
I thought it looks great.
It has everything that you would expect from The Boys.
It was like the guy's getting his head ripped apart.
Exactly. And then you cut to the guy at the meeting going, "Is this your sandwich?" Like that. I was laughing my ass off at that.
Or picking up the bunny rabbit and going,
vinaigrette? Yep, right here.
Yeah. Or having Dark, what's the character name? Dark Noir?
Something more.
Yeah. Like Levy was saying, like having him like with the stuffed bunny at the kid's bed, just like, it's like, that's
there's
perfect.
a rumor that Jeffrey Dean Morgan might be involved in that series at some point in the future. Mm-hmm. So
I'm okay with it.
That's supposed to be premiering September 4th. It's going to be an 8-episode second season.
And they're actually doing it a little different this time because the first season they released all at once. From what I read, they're releasing the first 3 episodes, and then they're going to release them week to week.
I'm okay with that.
I actually kind of like that better now because it gives me something to look forward to.
Right.
Because when I binge something, I watch it, and then I binge it in a weekend, and now I got to wait 2 years for the next season.
Like, I think that's one of the reasons why I like Mandalorian so much was because I had to wait a week.
I don't like that. I'd rather watch it at my own pace. If I want to watch the whole season one shot, then I can, like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I've been interested in watching that, and I watched the first few episodes, and now I'm just kind of like letting it build up so I can watch like a few more at one time. Eric Kripke, he's a producer on the series, and he did Supernatural, so I can see why Jeffrey Dean Morgan might be involved with this.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. Which one should we go to next?
I hope we see more of the Deep. He's such a piece of shit, but he's kind of getting that little redemption arc thing going.
Yeah.
And
the first season with the dolphin, that gets me every time.
It does. It's awesome. It's way off from the books, so I'd like to see what's going to happen this season since it's completely different.
Yeah,
there actually is a new there's a new comic that came out with boys, and I haven't read it, but I saw it.
It's called Dear Becky.
Yeah, there's a few issues. Haven't read it yet though. Greenland. What'd you guys think of that throwback to the 90s disaster movie?
You know what? I'd like to see that.
Are you just saying that because Vanessa's in it?
Vanessa?
From Deadpool.
Oh, Marina Baccarin.
Yeah.
Marina Baccarin of Greenland fame.
I mean, I can watch her read the phone book and be happy. But
you'd probably prefer if she was naked, though.
Of course, but that's a little creepy. Well, maybe not. But yeah, no, I think I'd like to check it out.
Does the world really need another disaster movie right now? Like, really?
It doesn't need one, but we could always enjoy one.
You know what's interesting? I was reading that there is actually a difference between saying something is like apocalyptic, like you say post-apocalyptic, and like post-Armageddon. So like there is a difference between types of movies, but even though everything is still grouped under like apocalyptic, it doesn't necessarily mean that everything has gone to shit.
Okay, that makes sense.
Just to educate our listeners for that 30 seconds of the show.
Wow.
We'll go
the more you know.
Go back to like weird, creepy stuff now instead. So, Josh, you don't like the trailer? I guess you're saying. I like
Gerard Butler. I already forgot her name.
Marina Baccarin.
Her. The whole disaster movie thing. I was never a fan of them to begin with. And like, what was it? Armageddon, I didn't watch. Day After Tomorrow, I didn't watch. Like, it just doesn't do anything for me.
Those are probably the top 5 disaster movies.
Yeah.
Day After Tomorrow. Really? I like that movie a lot. Why do you hate it? Why do you hate that movie?
The movie's so garbage.
Why?
They're running away from the cold.
Yeah.
Come on. They're running away from the cold.
It would be like, a sandstorm or a firestorm. It's still a cold storm. Just because it's cold doesn't mean...
That's not how any of this works.
In that movie, it does.
That movie, it's trash.
You also have to remember that in this movie, Dennis Quaid is also a scientist, so... It's kind of like, you have to extend your belief, kind of like Nicolas Cage is also a scientist and like knowing, You gotta just be in that universe and just deal with the facts that Nicolas Cage is a scientist. But all right, I'll watch it. I think it looks entertaining as for a popcorn movie. Or like The Rock is a helicopter pilot. It's things like this you have to just let go. Right? Yeah. Yep.
What does he fit in a helicopter? I mean, how can a helicopter take off with all the weight of his biceps?
And his ego.
I saw there was a meme someone posted. They had The Rock, and it was like, and his like lesser known cousin Pebbles, and it was like a demusculized like Rock, kind of like Jason Momoa's like commercial from the Super Bowl. All right, let's move on. Muppets Now, Levy. I know you're interested in that.
Yeah. I'll probably sit down and watch it. I like the Muppets.
A weekly improv Muppets TV show.
Improv.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't we talk about this before?
We did. Yep. But this was actually a trailer for it.
Yeah. Okay. I remember that now. Yeah, I could watch an improv Muppet show.
I'm interested in it. I like the Muppets.
Mm-hmm.
I see they replaced Kermit the Frog again with a different voice actor and puppeteer, I believe. I think the guy that was doing him from like all the years after Jim Henson passed away, Steve something. He had some type of disagreement, I believe, with the creators in Disney, and he got fired or was asked to leave. So
isn't Jim Henson's son doing Kermit now?
He
Maybe.
did after his father died, but I think he stopped after a while.
No, it was that guy it was the other guy, the actor, the other puppeteer. His name's Steve something. He was always there.
Oh, Steve something. I've heard of him.
Yeah, I forget his last name. He was there like throughout all the time when they were doing like Fraggle Rock, and he was part of the whole Jim Henson Company stuff like way back near the beginning. Over the Moon. This one, I include this one because not only was the trailer, it kind of like went in a completely different direction that I thought it was going to be like near the end, but it's
I
also
thought the exact same thing.
that it's a rumor that this actually may have been done in Blender. So, which was it's a really well animated.
It is.
However they did it. So, what do you guys think?
This movie made me think of Avatar: The Last Airbender and Explorers.
How did it make you think of like Avatar?
Because of Sokka and Princess Yue.
Oh, I did not put two and two together.
Yeah, that's the whole story. That was Princess Yue, her sacrifice, saving Tui and La.
Well, the trailer didn't really seem like the mother sacrificed herself.
No, but it was very reminiscent of it.
No, I understand what you're saying.
Yeah, she basically became the moon spirit, and so she even kind of, like the way her hair was done, kind of looked like Princess Yue a little bit. So, but yeah, and it also made me think of that movie Explorers, if you remember that one with the young River Phoenix.
Oh yeah,
where they made
the kids when they
out of a tilt-a-whirl.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, they designed some type of force field with a computer.
Yeah. Ethan Hawke was in that movie. He was like the main character. But yeah, it made me think of that, especially the very end.
Oh, yeah.
So
yeah, the last like 10, 15 seconds of the trailer like threw me for a loop. Like I thought, okay, they're gonna crash, joke, haha, funny. They're gonna basically, it's just about this girl trying to build a spaceship and father and the rabbit and stuff. But then it like went into this whole like weird like alien different world type of Tron looking thing, and I was like, wow, that's kind of went into a completely direction that I didn't think it would go.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm down to watch it.
Did it make you think of the guy that tried to build his own rocket in his backyard?
No. Until you mentioned the rocket. Yeah. Trying to prove the Earth is flat.
Right. Foundation. What did you guys think of that trailer?
Yeah.
Let me ask you this.
I kind of tuned out of it.
Did either of you guys ever read the Foundation trilogy or the prequel?
No.
No. Okay. Isaac Asimov. It's like probably one of the best.
Read? Who does that?
Well, so Harry Sheldon like created this whole mathematical like equation thing where he can predict the future, and it's this whole story about like this empire that goes from a certain like years up on like generations and generations, and how it's basically coming to an end. It's I don't know, there wasn't like in the books, it wasn't really like an action Star Wars-y type of thing, but I can see why they want to do stuff like that to keep people's interest or be like really dry. Yeah. But I'm excited to watch it because I haven't read those books since I was in high school. So
are you going to reread them before you watch?
I don't know. Maybe I'll listen to an audiobook of them. It's been a long time. I still have the books. That was like some of the first like books I got from the science fiction book club that I was part of. No, you guys didn't subscribe to that? No.
What grade were you in?
Probably like junior high, I think, when I was part of those, getting those books.
Yeah, I discovered girls in junior high, so no, I was not in the book club.
Well, not everyone was, as popular as you, Josh.
Oh, I didn't say it was popular. I said I just discovered them.
Is that when you started, like, stalking them and looking through their window at night when them not knowing?
Yeah. Walking down the hall, smelling their hair as they walk by.
That's so weird. So fucking creepy, dude. Let's move on. Yeah.
Yes.
Before we get a restraining order slapped on us. So, Levy, you wanted to talk about before we get into the news. You wanted to talk about the whole thing that happened with Evo, right?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So, for those that don't know and don't follow fighting game news, like competitive esports fighting game news, Evo's had a bit of a shakeup. Evo is the short for the Evolution Championship Series. It's the biggest fighting game tournament in the world that's held every summer in Las Vegas. A couple months ago, they canceled the live in-person tournament because of COVID-19, and they then decided to take the tournament online with a series of tournaments over the course of several weekends in July. And it was actually supposed to start this weekend. It was the very first tournament was supposed to start tomorrow. But just yesterday, a community member posted on Twitter about something that happened about 20 years ago with one of the Evo founders, Joey Mr. Wizard Quaint, where he supposedly paid him to expose himself, where Quayar paid this kid to expose himself, and he was 17 at the time, making him underage. And so the tweet, began making the rounds and everything, and then people, they got wind of it, and then they started asking questions. Eventually, people started saying that they were going to pull out of the events. Players, commentators, Evo staff said that they placed Quayar on administrative leave pending the investigation and whatnot. But then companies started saying that they were pulling out. Capcom, NetherRealm Studios, the makers of Mortal Kombat and Injustice, Namco Bandai, publishers of Tekken and Dragon Ball Fighters, Main 6, which makes Them's Fighting Herds, and Microsoft. All these companies started pulling out. More players, more commentators, everything was pulling out. And then finally, Evo came on and said that they were canceling the tournaments, and that Joey Quayar was terminated from his position as a CEO of Evolution and has parted ways with the company. So, and apparently, I guess, from what I understand, this one single incident was not isolated from what allegedly, from what I understand. And Quayar made posted a tweet last night, essentially sounding like he's admitting to the allegation. So it was it's pretty dark day for fighting game fans, because also not just Evo wasn't just in the news. Super Smash Brothers, the Nintendo fighting game, numerous high-profile players had allegations levied against them. Numerous players were banned and whatnot. So it was just, and this is all in the course of one day. Event Hubs is they're a website that deals in fighting game news and whatnot. They posted like 6 or 7 articles about all these things going on, like I said, in just the course of one day. I'd never seen anything like it before. And it's not just happening in the fighting game community too, because like Josh, you said that there's been allegations going around in the wrestling world.
Oh yeah.
All sorts of aspects of entertainment. And
not just like indie promotions, like WWE also has had numerous wrestlers who've had allegations of like just inappropriate messaging with underage kids.
Yeah.
And it's not like recent stuff. This is stuff like it's been dug up from years ago, but it's numerous wrestlers have been suspended, released. It's just been a rough week for the video game community, the wrestling community.
Yeah. And it's great that these people are being, their activities and their crimes are being brought to light. But I mean, for the people that enjoy these hobbies and this entertainment, it hurts.
Mm-hmm.
It hurts a lot,
Like my wife's just recently started watching wrestling with me, and there are these wrestlers that she's fans of, and she's not seeing them. And it's like I really want to tell her, like, oh, by the way, you're probably not going to see him because there's allegations of sexual misconduct, and
but I'm grateful that these people are finding the courage to speak up.
oh yeah, kudos to them.
They absolutely need to. It's the only way that predators like this will stop is if you say something. And our hobbies, our avenues of entertainment should have no place for these kinds of people.
Well, kind of touching on the same subject, did you hear about Epstein's ex-girlfriend?
Yeah, Ghislaine Maxwell.
Yeah, FBI arrested her because she was in some kind of connection with it.
Oh, absolutely. She's right there alongside him.
Right, but to top it all off, today, I don't know if it's a real article or a fake article, but they said she was diagnosed with COVID.
Oh, jeez. I swear, if that woman dies...
oh, yeah.
She better not get suicided in the coming weeks. It's but if she does make it through the next weeks and months, a lot of people are going down.
Oh yeah,
a lot of people.
They'll flip her.
Yep. So, but
it just seems like it doesn't really matter what type of entertainment you're in. If it's movies, music, wrestling. Yeah. Even like fighting stuff. It's like someone who's in a position of power or fame uses that to their very weird and odd, sexual things. It's just disgusting.
It is. But you know what? Maximilian, he's a YouTuber and Twitch streamer that I watch a lot. He's heavily involved in the fighting game community. He said that the fighting game community was never the figureheads. I mean, the community to him was never the figureheads. It's the players. It's the people that are involved. And the people who love the same things that you do. So don't look at those people that are at the top as the representatives of whatever it is you enjoy. Look at the people around you that enjoy what you do. As the community, as the heart and soul of it. So if you're a fighting game fan this weekend, well, this won't be airing until when, but yeah, when you hear this, play some fighting games. Go find some people that online that, or even better, people in person. Some of your friends, invite them over to your house, have some tournaments. Just play. Just show that we don't need these people at the top, acting shitty to be the crux of the community that you enjoy.
Right.
Just take it back from them and just do what you love, do what you enjoy, and own it. Do you
want to hear something really odd? That's like kind of like a 6 degrees of separation with this whole thing. Is that I just recently started watching Battlestar Galactica, the reboot.
Yeah.
I watched all years ago when it all those years ago when it came out, and I started watching it again. And I was thinking to myself, oh, you know what? Did you guys watch that? Did you guys watch the show?
I couldn't get into it.
No. Well, anyway, so there's a character in the show. He's basically the chief. His name's Terrell. And he was married to this girl, Callie, right? And I thought to myself, oh, man, I wonder whatever happened to her. I haven't really seen her in anything. So I looked up who the actress was. And then I looked up, what she's been doing and stuff. And her name's Nikki Klein. Mm-hmm. And she is actually married to Allison Mack, and she was part of that whole sex ring thing.
Yeah, I remember that now.
And I was like, and she was like trying to like work in the, I don't know, some type of like Starbucks or some type of coffee shop or whatever, like when everything went down, and so people wouldn't really know who she was. Mm-hmm. But she was like, the rumors are she was still trying to recruit people even after they went to like jail and got like, oh, that's like, and there's another rumor that she's like in charge of it now. It was just like this really weird thing how I went from like watching a show I haven't seen in a long time to go, oh, what happened to that actress? Oh, she's rumored that she's in charge of a sex ring.
She's a sex predator. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it's sex slavery. I'm like, okay, that's kind of weird, but rumors. But yeah, it's just really odd, like how you go, oh, it's wonder what they're up to. Oh, they're into this whole weird shit, type of stuff. So just really odd.
Never meet your heroes, right?
Yeah, right. So anyway, but did you have anything else you wanted to say about that, Levy or Josh? Before we move into the news?
It just sickens me.
Yeah, it permeates a lot more than I thought it did. You know,
Sure.
just and not just sexual predation, but the predation of kids, of underage minors.
Mhm.
Is a lot
Yeah,
more prevalent in entertainment than I had originally thought.
It's really weird. It's like, as like normal people, you don't really think of how, popular that is with like weirdos, and it's, you see all the priests are, do it. Then you have like, see these child pornography rings getting, busted and stuff. And you just wouldn't think of like some like just weird, like you normally think of like some type of weird pedophile that has like super long hair and he has a gray beard and he's just like, like
Driving a Volkswagen minivan.
just a weirdo, like you just by seeing them, you can tell from their demeanor that they're just like, some type of weird child molester or something like that. But people who are like in positions of like media or something like that, you wouldn't normally think that, but they have like this weird, odd thing. And it's just,
they're the most insidious because they're just normal people.
It's kind of like when you hear talk about serial killers, and it's like, it's Josh from next door who just he's just a nice guy. Yeah, he had a dog and didn't like cats, and but he like murdered 12 people and they're buried in his basement. Just really weird things like that.
Hey, let's keep that on the down low, okay?
Sorry, I wasn't talking about you, Josh. I was just talking about another toy reviewer that I know doesn't like cats. Anyway, let's move on from all this weirdo, depressing news and stuff. Did you hear that there's going to be a Fallout live action TV series in the works at Amazon Prime Video from the creators of Westworld?
Well, really?
Really? How about that?
From Jonathan Nolan and Lisa Joy?
They are going to be working with the people at Bethesda. Yeah, and what's that guy's name? What's the guy's name, Levy? You should know off the top of your head.
Ron Howard? Or
no.
not Ron Howard. Todd
Steven
Howard.
Spielberg?
Todd Howard. That's it. Todd Howard. Yeah.
Clint Howard.
Fuck that guy. Man, I used to have so much respect for him, but then all he did was fucking spew lie after lie about Fallout 76. And, I'm tired of giving Bethesda passes about their games. I mean, their games are great and all, but holy shit, they're a bug-ridden mess, and everyone fucking just lets it go. And Fallout 76 was a hot piece of garbage, but before that, like Skyrim's a fun game, but holy Christ, the game was so riddled with bugs that the community had to patch it.
Yeah. I thought they fixed Fallout 76. I thought that's like a good game now.
No, that game's garbage. Fuck that.
Is it? I haven't played it.
I'll wipe my ass with that game if we're given the opportunity.
That might hurt.
I would print that game's code out on paper and wipe my ass with it.
That's okay. That makes more sense. Just taking a disc and wiping your ass with it, that just sounds uncomfortable.
So Jonathan Nolan and Lisa Joy said that they said that the Fallout is one of the greatest game series of all time. Each chapter, insanely imaginative story, has cost us countless hours to spend with family and friends. And they're incredibly excited to partner with Todd Howard and the rest of the brilliant lunatics at Bethesda to bring this massive, subversive, and darkly funny universe to life with Amazon Studios.
It just works. Sorry. It's something he said about Fallout 76 during the press conference when they announced it.
Yeah.
It just kind of became a rallying cry of critics.
So they said that they're in the midst of their Westworld run, and they've completed 3 out of their planned 6-season story. And they're in production with an Amazon series called The Peripheral. They said it's uncertain when this potential series may actually roll cameras, but it's likely to be a lot sooner than 2077.
Gosh, I hope so.
So that means it will be Amazon Prime will do Fallout, Showtime is supposed to do Halo, and HBO is supposed to do The Last of Us.
Yeah.
So it's interesting how they're taking these video games and turning them into live action TV series for people who aren't into video gaming because the stories are so well written.
I would kill for a Horizon Zero Dawn series.
I have not played that game yet. I have that.
Oh my God, dude, you have to play that game. It's so cool.
I saw the sequel. It looked really awesome. I just haven't gotten around to it. I still have to finish playing Final Fantasy VII.
You know what that trailer of the sequel made me think of? Thundar the Barbarian. You remember, like in Thundar, you saw the Golden Gate Bridge all fucked up and shit.
Yeah.
It was like jungles and shit. Yeah, it just made me think of that.
post-apocalyptic world. Always like that, especially when in the story where they would find things from the previous world and they wouldn't know what the hell it is, and it's like a flashlight.
Lots of that in Horizon Zero Dawn.
Cool.
Lots of that because they don't even know about the previous world. They don't know the history. They made up their own mythology behind it and whatnot. So they don't know anything about it, but they have remnants of that technology and whatnot. So and plus there's robot dinosaurs, so robot animals and stuff running around. So they have all that technology running around too. But yeah, it's such a great fucking game, great fucking story. I still haven't finished it yet though, but yeah, love that game.
Oh yeah, I had such high expectations for Assassin's Creed movie, and that was dog shit.
Yeah,
I fell asleep during it.
The only good video game movie adaptation was Mortal Kombat. So
fuck yeah! Oh,
I thought you were gonna say Mortal Kombat 2.
no.
No.
I thought I was gonna say Super Mario Brothers.
That's a great movie.
That is a terrible movie.
I don't care what you say.
Super Mario is great in the same way that like The Room is great or Plan 9 from Outer Space is great.
Sonic the Hedgehog was good. That was a good video game movie.
Was it? I didn't bother watching it.
Yeah, I liked it. It's a kid's movie.
I'm not a kid, so.
Actually, you know what? Literally, the only really good video game movie, Wreck-It Ralph.
That doesn't count.
Yeah, that's because that's not an adaptation.
Yeah.
Okay, I see what you're saying. It's debatable on what you define as a video game. Like you're going straight adaptation of a video game movie, and yes, it doesn't count.
Yeah, but it is a video game movie because it's about video games.
Right, with video game characters in it.
Right.
I mean, if you want to go that way, then you could say like The King of Kong is a great video game movie, but it's not. It's not about video games.
It's a piece of trash.
What?
Allegedly.
What's that?
I said Billy Mitchell's a piece of trash. Allegedly.
That documentary makes him look like that, but he's not really that bad.
No.
From what I understand, from watching other documentaries like the Space Invaders and what was the other one? There's another one.
I don't want him to sue me, so
yeah,
it's probably not about him.
It's kind of like how they made Billy Mitchell look like he was like an underdog, fighting against like a bad guy. So they need to have like the antagonist protagonist type of thing.
Yeah, but I mean, there's video evidence of him cheating, and
true.
But apparently Guinness reinstated his records recently.
I mean, if you can still. I mean, there's a lot of those guys faked like their numbers and stuff just to get on like in the Crew or Time magazine back in the 80s.
Oh yeah. What was the name of the record keeping? Not Iron Galaxy.
Twin Galaxies.
Twin Galaxies. That's it. Yeah, they had people cheating those records like all the time. Like there was a guy that actually worked for them who was cheating and shit.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember his name, but he had connections to Billy Mitchell too.
Yeah, but I mean, if you can actually, stand there and improve your own record, like like he did with Pac-Man, then it qualifies you. So.
Yeah, I mean, I have no doubt that Billy Mitchell is a great freaking Donkey Kong player, but I mean, there's video evidence showing that he placed his record on a MAME emulator rather than the arcade machine.
Ugh,
right.
So trash.
Well, I mean, no, it makes a big difference because with MAME you can utilize save states and then edit the footage, to make it look like it's one continuous playthrough.
They also did like live competition with him in it, and he I think he won the one time.
Yeah,
but then there was the third guy that came into the whole story. I forget what his name was, but he beat both of them. Badly.
He is one of, if not the best Donkey Kong player in the world. I just don't understand why he felt the need to cheat like that.
I don't know.
Allegedly. I want to try and keep catching a lawsuit here, so.
I'm sure he listens to the show.
Yeah, you never know.
Number one fan.
How these things, these things can get around, So, allegedly. So.
Anyway, let's move on. So, Marvel Comics is going to publish some new Alien and Predator stories starting in 2021.
Wait, Dark Horse doesn't have it anymore?
Nope.
Marvel has it now. So they're going to be doing a whole bunch of new comics.
Oh, that means the Alien Queen is going to be a Disney princess.
She already is. She's owned by Fox.
Yeah, that was a while ago.
Disney acquired Fox already. So.
Oh, yeah. Wow. Massive brain fart.
Got it.
The cool thing, though, is that if they do any X-Men crossover, they don't have to use a Brood anymore. They could just use
the Brood
aliens.
was awesome.
The Brood was a huge bite off Alien. Yeah, that's what they were.
Well, I understand that, but for what they were, granted they were a huge ripoff, it was still awesome to see that kind of alien species in a comic book.
Mm-hmm.
And now they're going to cross. Ugh.
There's a picture. It looks pretty cool. It's a picture of the Predator, and he's standing on top of the the Fantastic Four building or the Avengers building, and he's holding Iron Man's head.
Yeah.
Oh, you got to send me that picture. I want to see that.
Now, they said that they weren't going to be crossing over into the main Marvel continuity. That was just promotional images.
Well, they did cross over Marvel Zombies and Army of Darkness.
Mm-hmm.
So let's not count it out completely.
Yeah, right. But that still wasn't. Neither one of those was main Marvel continuity, though. So
right.
I mean, they said that there could be possibility for crossovers in the future, but right now they're with,
you know, what would be cool,
writing their own stories.
So you know that Marvel does Conan comics.
Yep.
Conan versus Predator.
Yeah, all right. I can see that.
I think that would be tits.
I didn't see any of the. I didn't read any of the Marvel Conan books.
I haven't either, but he's on the Savage Avengers team. So it's Wolverine, Conan, Elektra, Punisher, and one more I'm forgetting right now. But I would love to see a Conan versus Predator crossover. Oh, that'd be awesome.
So what do you think of it, Jed?
With bringing the aliens and Predator into the Marvel universe?
Or just Marvel, publishing?
I always liked the Dark Horse stories because they were, back in the day, they were more violent, not comics code approved. And I've seen like things where they cross over like aliens with like Superman already or Batman, which was Batman Predator was fine, but like the other stuff is Superman was terrible. But
yeah, Batman versus Predator was awesome. I love that.
I really like those independent stories where they could pretty much go anywhere with the story and not worry about, having to follow like, the 10 rules of like writing for Marvel or for DC type of stuff. So I'm afraid that they're going to be very, sanitized to the effect where it's just going to be more, watered down. That's a good word. Yep. Watered down.
I can't believe that Marvel okayed this picture of Predator holding Iron Man's helmet like that.
Why?
Because you can see spinal cord, you can see blood. I mean,
I just realized that the alien picture is with Guardians of the Galaxy because of the headphones and stuff.
Oh yeah, okay.
Oh yeah,
that would be interesting.
Gun in the background.
Well, see, that would be neat. I think the Guardians of the Galaxy meeting the Xenomorphs.
Mm-hmm. But I'm with Josh. I always liked the Brood. Brood was my favorite because they weren't, they were more. They spoke. They weren't intelligent. They just weren't killing machines. They wanted to change you, impregnate you, and they morph you over into a Brood.
They had understandable goals.
Right.
Could you imagine a facehugger going after Groot and then the Xenomorph Groot hybrid?
It would be an alien made of wood.
Right? Sorry. Just random thought just popped in my head. Like, that'd be kind of weird.
So what else you got, Jed?
Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse 2 producer says that the visual effects in the sequel makes the first movie look quaint. He said, the development of the new groundbreaking art techniques being Spider-Verse movie are already blowing me away. It's going to make the first movie look quaint. I can't wait.
That's a lot.
It is, because the first one was so like groundbreaking and different.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Like just visually alone, it was just so beautiful and just so different.
Mm-hmm.
But there were so many nuances to like the old like Stan Lee and Jack Kirby comics, as well as like throwbacks to like current stuff. Oh, it was just...
My favorite part about the whole animation technique that they use is that they didn't use motion blur. So they kind of did the panels where it looked like there was motion being done, so that you could actually pause the moving and it looks like a still of like, a photo or whatever that was done. So there's no blur in it at all.
There's a term for that. I can't remember what it is.
Awesome.
No, there's a term for like, drawing in the motion blur into the frame. I can't remember what it's called now, but
art. No, I think I was right. It's called awesome.
I think it's art. No, you're right, Lev. There is a term, and I can't remember what it is either. Anyway, so I can't wait for that to come out, which is going to be super, super awesome. In other news, Beavis and Butthead revival in the works at Comedy Central with creator Mike Judge on board. Not a Beavis and Butthead fan, Josh?
I'm a huge Beavis and Butthead fan, but they don't make music videos anymore. So what's the point? What was that?
That was our mystery guest.
Our mystery guest is here.
What's up,
Mystery
guys?
guest.
Introduce yourself, mystery guest.
Oh, I was waiting for you to introduce me because it's
No,
your
fuck
show.
that.
It's your show.
Oh,
That,
one.
do it yourself.
The one, the only, the famous
Matt
Brother Kyle.
Baldwin? Oh.
Brother Kyle, everybody.
Hey, everybody. What's going on,
Brother
guys?
Kyle.
What's up, Brother Kyle?
Not much.
How'd
I
you
missed
get
all
in
the
here,
fun.
Brother Kyle?
Somebody named Dark Jed V invited me.
Oh, you lie, you hacker.
Hacker man.
You crossed the mainframe.
I missed out on all
Everybody,
the fun.
Brother Kyle. Haven't heard from Brother Kyle in a long time. So here he is. How you doing, Brother Kyle?
Talk to you almost every day.
Well, the listeners of the show haven't heard from you in a
That's
while,
right.
Brother Kyle.
I'm doing good. I had Friday is like always a crazy day at work. So when I got your thing earlier, I was getting all the notification beeps. So I was trying to turn them off. And then I found the thing to leave the chat before I found the thing to mute the notifications. So I just left the chat. So, but now I'm off work and I'm back.
Yeah.
Thanks for inviting me. Hi, Josh.
Yeah,
How you doing? And Levy.
What's up, Brother Kyle?
I didn't know what was going on. I guess I missed earlier when you guys were maybe talking about this because I shut down my Messenger and Facebook and stuff for the busy like lunch crowd or dinner crowd and shit. So I didn't hear anything. So I was in the dark.
We are doing the news right now.
Oh, I'll let you finish.
We were just talking about how they're including the aliens and predators into the Marvel universe.
Yes, I heard about that. That is a phenomenal idea.
Actually, we're talking about Beavis and Butthead going into Comedy Central.
Josh was saying how he doesn't like Beavis and Butthead. So they don't do music
No,
videos
I never
anymore.
said I didn't like Beavis and Butthead. I said I loved Beavis and Butthead back when it first came out. Because one of the best things about Beavis and Butthead was them talking during the music videos.
Yeah, it was. It was great. Them ragging on the videos and shit.
Right? So now that, like, the only way you can watch a music video now is if you go on YouTube. So what's the point of them doing it?
I think it would be funny if they did old music videos still.
Why,
Or if they
Josh,
didn't do
why do you
music
have to-
videos at all.
Josh, why do you have to ruin my fun? Why do you have to be, Debbie Downer?
Because.
You know what, Josh?
What?
You probably have a winger shirt, I bet.
His teeth are whiter than white. It's like my favorite line.
I swear, I thought that was freaking Beavis fucking talking right there.
So, do you think that Beavis and Butthead will fit in to this generation and era of just media?
I'm willing to bet you someone's going to find something offensive about it.
Oh, I guarantee.
No.
In fact, I hope they do.
Do you think
Also
they'll bring
read that-
Daria back?
I was just gonna say there's a plan to do a spin-off of one of the Daria characters. I forget what her name is. Jodie. New anime series called Jodie. Supporting
Oh, that was
character
her
from MT.
Friend, right?
I never watched Daria, so I don't know.
Daria was great.
Daria?
Yeah, Daria.
Taika Waititi? Mayfax. You going back to that? No? It's a callback.
That was terrible. That's a terrible comment. Anyway, so I'm glad you're all here for this, but this is the last piece of news, and I saved it for last so you guys can talk about it. But Game of Thrones, George R.R. Martin hopes to have The Winds of Winter finished by 2021. Do you believe him?
No.
I said before, there's a race right now, and it's what's going to come first, Winds of Winter or the New Mutants, and I'm slowly not caring about either of them anymore.
I thought you were going to say the race was against death.
That's true too.
He's racing death to finish these books.
Maybe Dave and Doug could finish them for him and fuck that up too.
He may finish it next year, but it probably won't get released until probably 2040. And we'll have a 5th trailer for New Mutants by then.
So is this is supposed to be the last book, right? Or the second last book?
Second last.
Right.
There's still a whole other book you got to write.
So it's the spring of Dreams is Dream of Springs, I think it's called.
Dream of Spring.
Yeah.
So this is supposed to be what? How many years now has he been working on it?
Since 1990. Well, actually, the first book was published, I think, in 1991.
Jesus.
What was it? How long ago was?
Or maybe 94. I can't remember. It was
How
in the
long
90s.
ago was the last book? How long ago was the last book out?
I want to say it was
2011.
Like yeah. It was a long
Wow.
fucking
So
time.
he's been working on it for 10 years or more.
He's probably trying to get wait till people get the taste of the series finale out of their mouth.
I don't know. I mean, if you're working on it for that long, how long did the Game of Thrones series? How long was that on HBO? 7
That
years.
started in 2010.
So 8-9 years.
It finished just last year or so.
9 years.
9 years. Wow. Well, I know when they had the whole Wheel of Time series, was written by Robert Jordan, and he wasn't finished with it, and he died before his books were done. So they actually had notes and stuff, and another author came in and finished the series for him.
Yeah. I think the same thing happened with L. Ron Hubbard because he had his Battlefield Earth books or whatever they were.
Dianetics?
No, the actual novels. Battlefield Earth was like the first one, or maybe not. I don't know, but it's the most well-known one.
I think somebody has like all of his like plot ideas or something in case something like that were to happen.
We thought that D&D had all his notes and everything, but we saw what happened with that.
I think they had up his notes like up to like what they stopped the books at.
Yeah,
but I thought it was like there was a big discrepancy between the two. Like his notes and the way they did the show was like
huge. Well, I mean,
right,
they couldn't. They had to consolidate it a little bit, I'm sure.
Yeah.
No, I mean like the ending, like because basically they said, well, did they write the ending themselves or based on his notes, or did he just stop giving them notes and they did it on their own?
I don't know because I mean, there's plot threads from the novels that they didn't include at all in the show, which I think are pretty important to the overall story in the books. That I think would affect the ending.
Like Vargo Holt.
Yeah. Well, he was in the show.
Was he?
Yeah. I don't think he was named. He was
a background character.
He was the guy. Yeah, he was the guy that cut off Jamie's hand.
Oh, okay. I missed that whole thing.
The Bloody Companions, I think their name was that band. So George R. R. Martin, from what I remember reading like articles about, is like I don't know if he had an ending really. I think he had ideas up until when they stopped the show or he stopped doing Dance of Dragons. But he always talks about his writing style. This is like he doesn't like write out everything and then go in and fill everything like the details out. He calls himself like a gardener where he just plants the seeds and he lets them grow as he writes. So that's like kind of his style. So I think at this point he's got so many fucking seeds planted that he doesn't even know what the fuck he's growing anymore.
We call that lazy.
Yeah. Well, it's a style. I guess it's a sort of style of writing.
The guys that did The Lost had the same style too. You can see how that turned out. That was a big cluster at the end of the last
great.
season.
I loved the last season of Lost.
But it was so style connected.
I think that style works better for D&D. So
like Dave and Doug or Dungeons and Dragons.
Dungeons and Dragons.
Yes, I believe
because that's how I DM. I mean, I just plant seeds and
and then we finger each other's butts.
Yeah, finger in the butt.
Yeah, but you have like a bunch of other people who are writing the story with you as characters playing a game. This is like you have one author who is basically just throwing shit out there because he doesn't know exactly how it's going to end either because he's too lazy to fucking figure out the beginning and the end and the middle and all that other stuff.
I get you. That's why I said it works better for Dungeons and Dragons.
All right. So where did the Dances with Dragons? Where did that end? Like in the book, where did that match up with the TV show?
Jon Snow's death.
Oh, that was the ending of the books?
Yeah.
Okay. And then they took it from there, I guess?
Yep. But there was other stuff, I think, that might have been in that book that they moved out to season 6. Because the end of season 6 is where they really, like season 7 is where they really just kind of went, without, the handrails of the story.
Mm-hmm. And it turned into an HBO story.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's all I have for the news.
Okay.
So we can move on to toy news.
Well, did you guys want to talk about the Gambit short film?
I didn't watch it, so I can't really talk about it.
Oh,
I did. Time.
Oh,
you can
should watch it. You should watch it. It's good.
I'll watch it. They did like a thing. Somebody did a thing with Gambit.
It's like a 20-minute. Go ahead, Levy.
I was going to say it's a 20-minute fan film, but it's got pretty decent production value in it. It's got a special guest star. Don't want to spoil it, but it's got a special guest star in there.
Please don't. I'm gonna watch it tonight. Gambit's like my favorite. Obviously, like the easy answer, favorite X-Men is Wolverine, but like Gambit's, he's mine. He's my favorite, like, besides Wolverine.
Are you getting the Mafex Gambit?
I am not, but I should.
So he's not your favorite.
No, it's just I have that Legends Gambit's really, really nice. I don't know if I feel like buying that.
The Mezco Gambit looks pretty decent.
Yeah,
the Mafex Gambit looks good, but that jacket needs work.
The Amazing Yamaguchi Gambit was really, really nice, and I actually bought that for Nico. I got it, and then I ended up selling it to Nico because he really wanted it. I guess he couldn't find something happened, or I don't know. I did get a chance to like look at it.
It was really good. It had some faults though.
Yeah,
it had some design faults. I think because like the collar around his neck, because it was actually part of the armor piece that's on his upper chest. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
That was all like a floating piece. And so that really bothered me. And some people don't like the way they did the cloak, or his not cloak, his coat.
Duster kind of thing he has.
Yeah, his overcoat. They some people didn't like the way they did it. I don't have a problem with it. I think it's fine. So but yeah, check out the Gambit short film. It's really good. I can send you the link to it if you want.
I liked it for the most part, but there are just some nitpicks that I had about it.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not gonna, since Kyle hasn't seen it, I don't want to spoil it for him. But
yeah.
Oh, but you would spoil if I didn't see it,
because you had no interest in watching it.
I do have interest in watching. It's just when you say something is 20 minutes long, that's investment of time. I have to sit down and watch it. It's not like
one Transformers episode.
Exactly. It's a half-hour episode with no commercials. So it's hard to sit down and invest that, at one point. And I couldn't do that during the day. I have to wait till, everybody's in bed and the kids just stop bothering me or going, Dad, look at this. Dad, look at this. I'm like, yes. So the Angry Birds movie, I've seen it 5,000 times already. I know Red gets angry. His eyebrows go crazy. Got it. Okay. Look at this. So I'm like, yeah. So you can't, it's kind of hard to watch a 20-minute video.
That sounded like a Louis C.K. bit.
Anyway, so toy news, Levy.
Toy news? I'm supposed to have toy news?
Well, if you don't, then it's going to be a short show.
Oh, okay. I have a little bit of toy news. There wasn't much, I don't think.
There's a lot, actually, but
is there?
We'll fill in the blanks that you miss.
Okay, we'll fill in the blanks. Yesterday, I believe, the Hasbro announced a partnership with Back to the Future.
Yes.
And so they showed a new figure of the DeLorean time machine that transforms into a robot, and his name is Gigawatt. So, and apparently it's like a retool of the Siege sideswipe.
Yeah.
So it looks cool, and the gull wing doors actually open, and the wheels actually fold under for flight mode.
Mm-hmm.
So I wish that they would have like tinted the windows so you don't see all that plastic directly underneath the windshield.
Well, I mean, it kind of goes against the actual car because the car didn't have tinted windows in the movie.
Yeah, I get that, but he also didn't have big freaking plastic right button up against the windshield either.
This is true too, and I apologize, Levy. I'm sorry.
I did like that they put the Mr. Fusion on there. You can actually, it looks like you can actually take it off too, because in the next picture where they have the hook from the first movie, the Mr. Fusion's gone. So looks like you can make this into a first or second movie version. And I also like in the robot mode, you actually see the time circuits in the flux capacitor right on his chest.
I think that's a really nice touch.
Yeah. So apparently it was a Walmart exclusive. Went up for pre-order yesterday, I think, but I tried going on the site several times and I couldn't get through. It said the page wasn't available.
I didn't think it was a Walmart exclusive.
Well, it currently it was exclusive to Walmart, but I heard that Hasbro Pulse and other outlets are going to get a different version. I heard.
From what I understand, there's a limited run where they only made 1,985.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Not really, because have you seen the eBay price scouting on these things?
Yeah, but
like $1,000.
Yeah, $600 to $1,000. I've seen these things.
God, they made 1985. 1985. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, look,
I think the license plate I think the license plate reflected the number of the limited edition as well. Did it change? I think for each item.
Oh, I don't know.
I'm not sure.
I'll just wait for the Hasbro Pulse version. If that is true, that they're going to get another version of this.
I think this thing looks like absolute hot mess garbage.
Oh,
I agree with you, Kyle. I think it looks like trash. It looks cheap.
It looks like a little kid wearing a cardboard box and he stood up.
I like the car mode. The car mode looks decent except for the windshield.
Except for that windshield. That windshield kills it for me too.
I just paint the windshield.
Yeah. Minimal effort to capitalize on a name.
That's the Hasbro way.
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't think that's the way.
It used to be.
Because a lot of those Earthrise shits look fire, them Johns. They look great.
Ectotron sold really well. It was really popular. The comic book did really good, even though I didn't read it. So, I mean, it makes sense, for them to keep doing this.
Comic book was trash.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it sold, though. That's the thing. This is going to sell.
I think Jeff's just a comic book snob.
I am a comic book snob. I have credit enough to be a comic book snob. I have enough credit.
Don't lower your standards for these jackaloons.
I mean, it's just for the car mode. So, but
no offense, like to Lewis or anything, but you get people like Lewis who will buy everything and anything Back to the Future.
Sure.
So, I mean, I sent a picture of this to Sean, who's another Back to the Future fan. And his first thing they said was this looks really cheap.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, it's $30.
Yeah.
So, they could have did a little bit more. I mean, they could have did a little bit more to it.
Yeah.
At least they're not going to do the battle damage wear and tear on this thing like they did with the Siege figures.
Well, I will say, I mean, looking at that close-up shot of the chest, it looks like a reasonable facsimile of stainless steel.
Oh, right. I'm talking about the the battle damage stuff that they did to the Siege figures.
No, I know what you're saying, but no, I'm just saying because I think that they did a good job of making this look like it's made of stainless steel.
So yeah, it's an exclusive. They're going to put more detail into it.
They should have bumped it up from $30 to 70 and actually made it out of stainless steel plating for a limited edition, and then have just a regular toy edition that's plastic like this, sell for $30.
Well, this begs the question now that they did Ecto 1 and they're doing the DeLorean. What do you think they'll do next?
Knight Rider. I want Knight Rider.
They're gonna make the Back to the Future 3 train out of Astro Train.
Yeah, they should do.
But it'll transform into Optimus Prime.
Well, there was the Star Trek Transformers crossover comic.
There was a Star Wars line. Remember that shitty ass Star Wars line?
The crossover.
Yeah.
God,
wasn't there a Street Fighter?
Yes.
And
that I think was exclusive though to Japan.
There was a Marvel stuff too, wasn't there? Like an Iron Man.
Yeah, there was Marvel crossovers too.
So look at that robot mode. If you look at it, doesn't it look like that back bar, under his arm is just open, the back, it doesn't look like it even connects.
Yeah, it looks like it's the gull wing doors folded up.
And also, what is the point of this? The hook thing.
Did you ever see the first movie?
No, I know what it is in car mode. I'm talking about a weapon. In the bot mode. Yeah, what is it? Just here's a peg. Put this line on his arm.
But it's
meant to pull people off the stage.
Yeah, that's funny. This could be a fishing pole. Be a fishing pole.
Fishing pole. Yeah, fish are biting day, huh, Dano?
That's a whopper. What a great movie.
Do you still have your DeLorean that floats in the air displayed?
I do. It's not displayed, no, but I still have it. Have you seen that? For a little while there were numerous companies popping up on Facebook trying to sell cheap KOs of it.
Was there a KO of Hot Toys? Was there a Hot Toys version?
No, they were advertising. They were taking pictures of the actual legitimate magnetic levitating DeLorean and claiming that they were selling it for $40-$50 when this thing retailed for $250.
I've seen all those scam sites because I've been hunting for when I was hunting for Players Kai stuff, I would run into those sites all the time.
Yeah, well, they were popping up on Facebook for a number of weeks.
Yeah,
I don't see them around anymore because I think they finally got shut down. But it was, and every time it was a different company name. It wasn't the same one,
right,
and whatnot. And
I would
look at the comments and everything like that. And people were like, "Oh, I need this." I'm like, It's a fucking scam. Don't buy it.
Yeah.
So
yeah, you get the Matchbox. You pay $80 for it.
Yeah.
So what other trash you got besides this?
Oh, well, let's see here. We got product in package images of some new Earthrise figures. I mean, they're ones we've already seen, but these are in package promo shots. So we got the Alligator Con, we got RC and Smokescreen.
Is it really the Alligator Con though, or is it just no? It's not the Alligator Con.
No, it's not the Alligator Con.
So yeah, so here's the in package promo images of those 3 figures. RC's not looking all that great. I mean, robot mode looks okay.
I mean,
but the vehicle mode just, looks kind of trash.
Better than
really, the vehicle mode?
Yeah.
I think the vehicle mode looks great.
Kyle, I think you were going to say what I was going to say. It looks better than the MP.
Yeah. She looks younger and sprier.
Like everything's in place. Nothing is sagging.
Smokescreen looks cool. I always like his color. Like, he has a cool color scheme.
Yeah.
See, I got the
America.
I got this
yellow.
I got the Siege, Prowl, and Smokescreen, and it pisses me off that they're doing it again. And with an Earth mode.
You had to see that coming.
Yeah, I know. I was stupid. I didn't know any better.
Just like the Seekers.
Well, see, I didn't get the Seekers because I wanted the plane mode, not the Tetrajet mode.
You know, good luck getting freaking Thundercracker and Skywarp. God, I hate fucking when they release. I hate Target exclusives. You can never get
Right? Can you find any by you?
No.
Like every time I go to Target, I look
so anti-consumer. I can't stand that shit.
I wish I would have known you guys were looking for that, because someone posted in another chat like they had found like 3 or 4 of them, and he was asking if anybody wanted any.
Oh,
sorry.
He wasn't scalping him.
What's that?
He wasn't scalping him. He was selling them for cost.
No, he was at the store and he was picking one up, and he was like, "Oh, there's like a bunch of them here. Anybody need any?"
Yeah.
Speaking of scalping, oh, sorry.
I was gonna say this is in the Beast Wars chat, so the majority of the people said no.
No. Now, if you guys, in your travels come across, Sunday, I'm going to try and maybe hit up some other Targets a bit further away from me, see if I can find anything after I drop off Brother Kyle's Snake Eyes.
Yeah. Snake Eye.
if you find like one, Levy, can you let me know? I'll hit you up.
Well, if I find one, I'm keeping it for myself.
If you find an extra one, I meant to say.
Sure.
If you find 2, keep one for yourself.
Did you guys put anything out in the groups? Because I've had some luck with that before. People just helping people out. So I actually got that Walmart exclusive Black Widow like that because Walmart fucked me over on.
Yeah, I don't like.
You trust people more than I do.
I mean, you always find somebody that'll get you one for cost. If they find it.
Levy isn't social on social media. He just
not
posts
at all.
memes.
Not at all. I just don't like talking to people.
He just posts. He shares all those low cost cosplay.
Hey, that guy's awesome.
That
That's freaking hilarious.
Fucking legend. That guy is.
Lonely Man.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, speaking of scalpers, you guys know, but the Marvel Legends community group that I'm in, they actually just put out a thing this week or like late last week that they're actually putting price caps now. They're not letting people sell shit for like over like a certain amount. Like you can't buy like a new figure now and like try and sell it for like $40. They're putting like a $30 cap on it, which I fucking love.
That is great.
Yeah.
But like on where? Like on eBay?
No, just people trying to sell it on their group in their group.
Oh.
Yeah, they're not letting people like buy up shit and scalp it all. Just specifically on their group, which it's a small step, but yeah, it kind of goes against like a free market thing. But I still don't care. Like I fucking hate scalpers so much that like I
hate it
stand
too.
what they do, and I love it.
I'm right there with you, but by the same token, I don't blame them. I blame the people that buy from them.
I blame both.
They're the ones that enable it.
I blame both of them. Both parties involved are both terrible.
Like you go to a comic book convention and you see the vendors and everything selling a Marvel Legends for $40, and you're like, you're crazy, dude. Come on.
There's a guy in Quakertown that just opened. He opened up which is kind of stupid. I don't understand why he opened up like a used game and like store. There's like 5 video game stores in Quakertown alone. But I went in there the other day and I never find anything. Quakertown has zero anything. Never any like Legends or Star Wars figures. because he has them. He buys them all. I found he had all the new vintage wave Star Wars that I was looking for, like the Hoth Soldier and the Princess Leia or whatever it was, and he's selling for like $35.
He has his minions that he sends out to
exactly.
raid the stores and buy everything up. Yeah, no, I mean, I have somebody like that up in this area here.
I mean, I bought something off.
You bought the stuff that you needed, then you burned the place down.
Actually, I bought the thing that I wanted, but I didn't see the newer stuff there until after I bought it, and then realized.
Did you spray paint Scalper all over his car then?
No, I don't care that much.
So
bad ethics.
Let me ask you a question. So I can get an idea, like a scalper would go into, say, like a Walgreens and buy up all the exclusive, right? And then turn around and sell them online for more money. But if you see something that's like, say, like one of them, and you buy it for like normal price, and then you know that it's going to be a higher price, like a year or a few months later, is that scalping?
No.
Or is that just investing?
No,
that's investing.
Yeah. So when you sell something for what it's worth on the market, that's not scalping. The thing I hate about scalping is that they buy up all the things so other people don't get a regular chance to buy them.
Yeah.
And then they force everybody to go to them. The same people remember those people used to do that shit with like Ticketmaster all the time.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They artificially drive up demand.
It's terrible. It's a horrible thing for a person to do.
Think of it like comic books, like X-Men #1 by Jim Lee, and all that. People will go in, buy it cheap, get it graded, and hold on to it until it increases in value. And that's investing. But then you got the people that go in and buy the current, like Dark Knight's Death Metal #1, buy every single cover and sell it for 10 times what it's worth. And it's a joke. It really is.
And a simple solution to that would be to not let people buy, put a cap on the amount of,
well, that's up to the store.
Yeah, I know that would be a great solution. I mean, there'd still be ways to get around it because he or she could have other people getting it, but it would make it harder.
Yeah.
So when somebody goes into Target and buys all 10 of the exclusives they have in there, somebody should be like, hey man, you can't do this. Not that a dude at Target really gives a shit if somebody's buying toys, but
right, they don't, because they're buying it from them and they're making their sale. So what the fuck do they care?
Yeah.
It'd be nice for me.
But I don't know if that's really going to curb any of that activity, because they'll just go to eBay. If they can't sell on Facebook, they'll just go to eBay.
Yeah,
where they'll still find somebody that will pay that price.
It's a nice step.
Bidding war also.
A bidding, that's true. A bidding war is a bidding.
Well, no, not necessarily if they do buy it now.
That's true.
Well, yeah.
Put it up, buy it now for $60, a $20 figure.
So tell me if this is wrong, but I always thought that, like, I always looked on Facebook groups because you would find someone who's a member of that group who would want to try to sell their stuff to other members that that are collectors, and they would sell to them for like a cheaper price. And then if nobody was interested, they would turn around and sell on eBay for like a higher price, because they know that, or Amazon, that they would know that there's going to be somebody out there somewhere that's going to pay that. Isn't that how it's supposed to go?
Yeah, I mean, that's that happens. But
is there a lot of scalping done on like Facebook groups?
Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
I know on eBay there is, but I didn't know if there was on
Facebook groups. Yeah, absolutely.
Really?
Oh man, you got to get into that Marvel Legends group, man, because it's almost like every time there's an exclusive, you'll eventually see somebody posting a picture of their shopping cart with like 10 fucking like Walgreens and Emma Frost on it, and going,
but don't they like?
All right,
don't they like?
Gas in my time, Yeah, but nobody asked you to do that, so I'm not paying for your time.
But don't the people out there like kind of like, blacklist those people and say that they're scalpers and that?
No, because so many people don't care, and they'll just be like, whatever, I got $45, I'll just get it.
Oh no, I mean they'll catch heat from other members, sure, but then the other members that come in white knight for them and defend them and whatnot. So,
he always gives me a hookup. Yeah, he's always got me first. Yeah, fuck that.
Or they'll just or they'll just come out with it's the free market argument and such. Which it is. And like I said, I don't necessarily, personally, I don't necessarily blame them. I blame the people that buy from them, because they're the ones that enable them. So
I would say that scalping is like, it's like when people do that, like there's nothing illegal about it. So it's, it's not wrong like in the law sense, but it's ethically, it's just not.
Sure, absolutely.
It's not being a good person. So whatever. Toy news.
Moving on.
Toy news.
Well, I think that's all I got.
Really?
Yeah.
What about the third party news?
What other third-party news was there?
You don't want to talk about the shiny Menasor?
Oh, yeah. I mean, okay, we can.
The Transformation Chrome Havoc set.
Yeah, it's a reissue of the Transformation Stunticons. I mean, they're painted in chrome paint. Okay, so if that's your thing, have at it.
You love the
Levy's
Stunticons.
I love the Stunticons. I hate chrome paint.
Do you hate chrome paint, Levy?
I don't like chrome paint. No, I don't like my figures to be shiny. I mean, I like chrome where chrome makes sense. So if it's like, chrome pipes on a motorcycle, chrome wheels.
What about the shiny like versions? Like when Fans Toys puts out like a shiny
metallic. Well, this is different.
That's metallic. That's not chrome.
Right, but I'm just saying, do you like that stuff?
Yeah, I mean the metallic paint is fine, but no, I don't like the chrome colored paint. Because I just think that cars in general with chrome finishes are just ugly.
You don't like candy paint sitting on 22s?
No. That's gonna be a
my friends drive a low rider.
What about the Kang's Toys release of their second figure?
It hasn't released yet.
Retailers.
I guess I saw that TCP got their sample for that in.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
I was talking to Nate about that earlier. He's like all excited. And don't get me wrong, I'm getting it too. But it was just funny watching his reaction. Like, yep, bought it. I can't wait for it. I'm like, it's not in stock yet, Nate.
Well, it's supposed to be out at the end of the month, I think. So
yeah.
I'm excited for it. Did we talk about the reveal of the pictures of I think they're renders of the dive bomb version that they did?
No, I don't think so. I don't think
we talked about that.
I don't even think I saw them.
You didn't see them? I posted them all over the chat like a week ago, I believe.
I probably didn't see them.
Diaclo versions of what?
I don't hang out much in the chat, so. No, I don't, because at work I can't see anything in there. So
excuses.
You don't have those handy, G, Josh?
I can pull them up.
Yeah.
Talk amongst yourselves.
Why don't you do that?
I'll give you a topic. A thigh master is neither a thigh nor a master. Discuss.
Wait, what?
But it turns you into a thigh master.
It's an old SNL skit with Mike Myers.
Oh.
So the
sprockets.
Third Kang Toys reveal was of their version of Dive Bomb. So there was a whole bunch of versions of poses of it, robot mode and animal mode, beast mode, whatever you want to call it.
Mm-hmm.
And it looks really, really, really really So
it is super stylized though. Like their version of Rampage.
Right?
What's that?
The whole thing. All 6 of them are going to be super stylized. So
no.
It's going to be so stylized. They're adding a 6th member.
Ugh! Don't get me started on that ape.
That is style.
Oh, I can't wait for that ape. I love apes.
You have those pictures yet, Josh? I thought
I'm working on it.
I love gorillas. Give me all the gorillas. Dicks out for Harambe.
R.I.P.
Okay, so what I mean by super stylized is that their version of Rampage and their version of Tantrum look somewhat close to the original idea or the original character. This thing is like totally out of left field.
This is an upgrade. This is like if you had Angel and then Archangel. This is like the Archangel version of Dive Bomb.
They did do that,
What's that?
Like a mashup between Angel and Archangel. Like he had the color scheme, the blue skin, but he had his wings were feathery.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was Rick Remender's X-Men, Uncanny X-Men, or X-Force that he had that.
It was like an amalgamation of the 2 characters?
Yes.
Well, I'm saying this is an upgrade to Dive Bomb. That's what I'm saying. Who wants a boring-ass Dive Bomb when you can have the awesome metal, heavy metal version of Dive Bomb?
I'm totally getting this.
Yeah, that looks like a fucking Gundam, and it looks awesome.
Levy, are you getting the King Toys?
Yeah.
Based on the video that we watched, right? That we found out that the developers, the engineers, I guess, whatever, that created these toys from the Kang Toys, also created what dragon do you have, Kyle? What's that called? They do, right, Kyle? I'm going on your expertise because you own the figure.
I am doing 2 things at once here. So you're talking about the wings.
Mm-hmm.
They do not look alike. But let me zoom in. if I can.
Enhance.
Yeah, they look different, like a lot different.
Okay.
I had the dragon right here in front of me. But if it's anything like it does kind of look like in that one picture though that the feathers are kind of like it, where like each individual like part of the wing also articulates like up and it's up and down of forward and back, like 2Ds,
Right.
2D space.
Yeah, that's what I was kind of going for.
Yeah, but I mean you guys know like this JX thing is like it's probably my favorite toy I own. So yeah, if those are as good as this is, then that's going to be fucking awesome.
So what do you think, Levy? Are you convinced yet to get these?
I already have the first two pre-ordered.
Okay. Oh, okay. I didn't know if I could remember if you got them or not. I think you said they were still in your stash, right?
Well, Ferocious is in my stash, and then I have Land Bull pre-ordered.
How do you feel about the ape, Levy?
I love gorillas. I love gorillas. Give me all the gorillas. Dick's out.
Jed, how do you feel about the ape?
I think it's a cool idea because instead of doing just basic parts forming and throwing in like all the shell and everything else that you would do, you're actually just including another figure that it's going to be part of the combined mode, but you can still have a whole nother toy, instead of just a bunch of pieces laying around.
Yeah. See? Yeah.
See? Gotta get the apes.
It solves my issue with modern combiners.
Oh, that's right. You don't like.
What's that?
That's right. I forgot. You don't like the Zeta combiners.
I don't like excessive parts forming, where to the point that not all of the team members are required to make the combined mode. That's when the team leader / torso just becomes a cube and fits into a large piece of plastic, and none of the other team members plugs into him. I have a problem with that. I have a problem with that.
I understand. I get it.
So yeah, I mean, if you can get sturdy hips that can transform into a reasonable robot without compromising either, and certainly without compromising the stability of the combined mode, then that's a win for me. So
yeah.
So hopefully they can accomplish that. Because the problem with approaching traditional combiners without parts forming is that one of the members has to have super strong hips in their individual mode, and there's always some sort of compromise made in one of the modes. And so hopefully with them adding a sixth member to the team, if that's true, I don't know if that's actually been confirmed. I know we've seen concept art and stuff, but if that's confirmed that we're getting a sixth member that's a gorilla, I am all for it. So
yeah, that hasn't been confirmed yet as far as I know.
Right. Because and
conjecture.
And in all honesty, I think it should satisfy both camps, because you have those who want like the pieces to be integrated in both modes, right? Such as myself. Like I said, I do like parts forming for combiners, like what they did with Devastator. I'm perfectly okay with that. Like, the hips, the thighs, and everything. I'm okay with that. That doesn't bother me.
Toy World Devastator?
Toy World Devastator.
Oh.
But the Zeta Toy Superion, yeah, not so much. I don't care for that one as much, solely because Silverbolt isn't needed.
Kind of.
Well,
kind of needed for balancing.
Yeah, it looks kind of dumb.
Right, but for aesthetics, and for the actual combining into what appears to be the robot, he's not needed, because I've seen pictures of the combined mode with Silverbolt standing right next to him.
It still looks weird. If you look at it head on, it doesn't matter. But if you turn him at any sort of angle, you see that he doesn't have like an entire back.
Yeah, I get that, but again, nobody plugs into him.
It's kind of like the Earthrise star screen, where you really shouldn't take pictures from below it because there's all those big gaps and holes in it.
Yeah.
But I think this should satisfy both camps, because for those that want parts forming, I have a feeling that a lot of them probably won't want a sixth member, right? So, I mean, granted, you'll have to, depending on how it's packaged and how big it is, because I'm wondering if they are doing a sixth member, is he going to be the same size as the others? Is he going to be smaller? Is he going to be packaged with someone else? Well, there's a lot of questions. But let me finish.
Okay, fine. Sorry.
But if that's the case, like say he's packaged with Razor Claw, right? And he's a little bit smaller. The parts formers can just keep him as hips and just set him aside when they have them in their individual modes. They don't have to incorporate him as part of the team. They could just use his combined mode to bring everything together. So that's just my thoughts on it.
Well, let me throw this at you. Where was it? So my stance on it is I'm skeptical about the 6-member.
Mm-hmm.
Only saying that because I own TFC Toys Poseidon, their Seacons, and he is so heavy in so many areas that when I first got him, he stood up just fine. But now over time, it's pretty much toppling over, so I keep him in robot mode. And so Ferocious's transformation, try saying that 10 times fast. The transformation for Ferocious, the leg joints are very TFC. Like that video that we saw that Jed shared, it's the same company essentially. But the fact that
I don't think it's a company that makes things. I think it's the company that designs things. I'm not sure if they're a full-blown production company. So that's where it's kind of like it was a little blurry, like along those lines, because they showed that they had all these people from like Hasbro and stuff, and they were showing like the lines and people doing QA on their stuff for Kang toys. But I think they designed stuff for other companies as well, like the dragon that Kyle has.
Right. Well, going back to what I was saying, like since Ferocious and all these other figures are going to be bigger, I think that if they do the 6-member, he's going to be the same size as Razor Claw, as Tantrum, Dive Bomb, all of them. And I'm hoping that it's going to hold up in combined mode. That's my 2 cents. I had something else, but I forgot what I was going to say.
Wait, so you're saying that you don't think it's going to hold up in combined mode?
I do think it is, because the joints are going to be tighter than the way TFC Toys, ratchets and, connections are. But I also think that the ape is going to be smaller than Razor Claw. I think it's going to be the same size.
Well, I don't know. I don't know.
If they do a 6-member,
those are questions I have.
Right.
Is it going to be smaller? Is it going to be same size? Is it going to be sold by itself or packaged with somebody?
I think it'll be a separate. I think he'll be a separate figure. He'll be the same size as the rest of them. Once you get Ferocious in hand, you'll fall in love. Take it from me and Nate and Jed, because we all love the figure.
Dude, that thing is as big as Snarl, as a Fans Toy Snarl. It's huge.
Yeah,
huge. That's one of the reasons why I went down that rabbit hole. Plus the stylization of everything looks awesome.
Because I don't know if Zeta is going to do their Predaking they teased last year. So that's kind of another reason why I jumped on Kang Toys, because I need that big Predaking.
Yeah, we haven't seen anything from Zeta since then.
Well, there you go. There's one.
Funny you should mention that.
In the chat, Levy, there is a picture of the new Zeta VO3 Guardian. So Zeta Toys' The Guardian is the Cliff Jumper. The teaser was the Blitzwing for the next one that they're doing.
Yeah,
Will it have the feature of him being ripped in half?
I doubt it.
But Cliff Jumper never made it to Earth, did he?
Nope.
He did not.
Okay. I don't know if you noticed, Levy, but anything having to do with the movie, continuity is usually an issue.
I want to know what that
I was wondering the same thing.
There, the girl.
Why is her short skirt turning you on?
No, I like action figures. Christ, man, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Have you met me recently?
I was wondering the same thing, Levy. It looks like a Legends figure. Is it maybe the one of the Cuckoos customized?
They would have had to repainted it.
Yeah. Isn't that that's a 3? I don't think that's a 6-inch, is it? That's more of like a 3 3/4 figure, isn't it?
I'm just looking at the knee joint. The knee joint looks like a Legends figure.
No, I think I agree with Jed. It looks like 3 3/4 inch.
Yeah.
Look at the knee.
Oh, there he is.
And the hand.
There might be a Figma. I don't know.
That I can't help you with. That I don't have any information on.
Wow, that picture, he looks like he's trying to teabag her in the back of the head.
Wow.
Dude!
It does. It totally does.
What kind of hentai are you watching?
Okay, let's move on. So Zeta has the 3 Guardian. That's the other toy news that they showed. The next one we had was the Transform Element Beast Wars Scorponok.
Speaking of Legends Beast Wars figures,
yep,
this is actually a really great looking figure.
Yeah.
They're doing a lot of seems like they do like all. Well, they're doing. Well, we are the #1 Beast Wars podcast. So, speaking of, there's something we didn't mention on the show is that Tyler and Dakota left the show. So,
didn't we mention that last time?
Did we mention it? I can't remember if we did or not.
I think you guys did.
Did we? Okay, then I'm just getting senile when it comes to Beast Wars. All the Beast Wars news.
Beast Wars will do that to you.
It just blends all together. So Transform Element's doing, for people that don't know, Transform Element is doing legend scale Beast Wars figures. So they would actually size pretty well with your MP G1.
Yeah. Ironically enough.
They did Black Arachnia, and now there's the Scorponok. And I believe they plan to do the rest of the line. So
they did a Rat Trap as well.
Oh, sorry, Rat Trap. Yeah,
I have both of them. I have the other ones. They're awesome little figures.
They look pretty sharp.
So if you look at the one picture that I sent of him standing up, if you look in the background, you see the Black Arachnia with the white legs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
that's actually because this Scorponok comes with a upgrade to the Black Arachnia to replace those legs.
Oh yeah,
yeah, which I think is really cool that they're doing.
What was wrong with them?
They were just kind of like they were. I think these ones are like little like more. They weren't articulate. What is the word? Static. They were just static legs. So you couldn't really move them around much. So these ones are actually articulate.
They were sessile.
Exactly.
Yep, look that one up, kids.
Knowledge is power.
Any kids listening to this podcast that might happen to have a dictionary within arm's reach.
Or Google.
Kids don't use Google, Josh.
Sessile is the term that they use for things like corals. They're animals, but they don't move. They're basically like a tree is sessile. It stays in one place, and that's it.
Trees aren't animals. Organisms, you mean?
Well, I mean, if something is sessile, that means it doesn't move. Like a plant or a tree. Let's see.
Or me on the couch on a Saturday night.
This was awesome and a bummer at the same time. This was Solo Chikokin EF1S Valkyrie. It was the Roy Fokker version.
Roy Fokker.
Yeah, that was the
Jesus Fokker.
Anyway, so this went up. It was like up for pre-order today, and it sold out like in minutes, and I totally missed it. It was like $180 for this. It was like this jet's like man. I was hoping to get it. It was like a foot long, man. This thing is huge.
Oh shit,
dude! People that are into fucking Valkyrie, like that Macross shit, like they're into
Macross.
it. Yeah. Like there's nobody that dips their toes into Macross.
I mean, I looked everywhere and it was gone. So I should have waited like for when it drops like early this morning instead of watching Battlestar Galactica.
Oh Jesus!
Worth it.
Did you know when it was going up for pre-order?
I saw that it was going up for pre-order like today on today's date, but I didn't know like exactly what time. I thought I'd be able to get it in the morning. This is something else that came off of Solo Chikokin. It was the you guys ever watch the Space Pirate Captain Harlock?
I've heard of it.
No, but that thing looks massive.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's let me see, what is the size of this? It is
that's cool.
430 millimeters. That translates probably to what, like almost 2 feet?
43 centimeters.
And 43 centimeters in inches is. Thanks. 17 inches.
Hard.
Hey, I mathed.
That was an easy one there. I moved the decimal point.
I math.
That's the great thing about the metric system. Hint, hint.
Anyway, so that's what did I say? 17 inches.
Oh, that reminds me of a joke.
Do you have a joke?
I do. Give me a second. Imagine if Americans switched from pounds to kilograms overnight. There would be mass confusion.
Those are awesome. I love those jokes. So this is the Soul Chikokin 2. It's the Volt series. It reminds me of Voltron, like the vehicle Voltron.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I get that.
Like the whole like buy mode thing. That's expensive. That's like $500 right there.
Did you get the any of the Soul Chikokin Voltron figures?
No, I did not.
Okay, because I've heard like some of the connections are kind of like hit or miss. Like sometimes they're like really solid, sometimes they're not. I mean, it's a lot of die cast in them.
It seems like everything that they do is basically quality. So, I mean, there's probably a few complaints here and there about stuff. So the last thing was they showed Sojigoken Dankuga. Forget how you pronounce that. That's the the precursor to like Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. It's when it's like combined mode.
Mm-hmm.
If you guys take a look at it, there's like the 4 beasts that combine into the one robot.
Yeah.
But that was an anime series.
Does it predate Super Sentai though?
That's a good question. It's been a while.
Because Super Sentai started in the 70s.
Maybe. I'm not sure. I am not up on my Japanese anime history to actually tell you.
No.
And then Levy, there's the what's that figure called again? The pre-order for the anime that you watched.
What's the figure called?
No. Oh, Cells at Work. That's what it's called.
Oh, the show. Yeah, the show's called Cells at Work.
So Figma released a pre-order for that for the white blood cell.
Yep, Neutrophil.
And did you watch that whole series?
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's a great show.
Yeah, I gotta have to check it out. And that's basically where they humanize a white blood cell and a red blood cell, and they're like partners.
Oh yeah, well yeah, the entire workings of the human body is turned into like a city, and like all the body's structures and cells and everything are people, just like going about their daily work. So it's great.
In the white blood cell, he has like a knife, right, where he kills bad guys with it. Right?
He just kills bacteria and other germs that invade the body. So.
And last but not least, I'm not going to post all the pictures and stuff, but I've been talking about these guys for a while. But the Bring Arts Marvel Universe variants of like Spider-Man, Captain America, and Iron Man release at a ridiculous price of $135 for a 6-inch figure for these guys.
Domestic price. If you were to buy it from Ami, it would be like $110.
Yeah, Ami.
But still,
that's still ridiculous.
Let me explain something to you. Brother Kyle and I purchased the Playarts Kai Final Fantasy VII remakes for $113, and these are going for $110, and that's the difference between a 6-inch figure and a 10.5-inch figure.
Yeah,
it's insane. I don't understand why they would price stuff because it's by Tetsuya Nomura. Is that his name? The designer.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't understand the pricing on this. It made me so pissed off because I was going to get these things and they're painted really, really well, but not for $135, man.
No, not for that price.
I don't like
I'll
them.
wait till it drops about $50, then I'll get it. But
you know what that Captain America one reminded me of? It reminded me of Heroes Reborn Captain America with the big, huge chest and the.
It looks weird. It
does.
Yeah.
I thought it looked cool. The only thing I didn't like about it were the hands. I thought the hands on the Captain America figure were like way out of proportion.
Wait a minute.
Like they look huge.
So it's got bad proportions, shitty blocky chest, terrible hands.
Share this picture. You guys can see the hands on this one. It's
How many pouches? How many pouches does it have?
2, I think.
Holy shit.
Wait, nope. There's feet. Never mind. We're good.
Yeah, there's feet.
No, Michael still drew feet every now and then.
Those hands are way too big.
Those arms are way too long.
This is some fucking meaty.
Those are Harambe arms.
Meaty dick beater.
Yeah, I didn't understand that either. So
big fucking banana meat beaters.
The Spider-Man looks kind of cool, but I think overall, I don't think it.
You can barely see Cap's face in that thing. I mean, it's
not my favorite.
The Iron Man one looked pretty cool.
$110 plus shipping, and that was
that's for a 6-inch figure. Anyway, so that's all the toy news I have. Did you guys have any blanks you wanted to fill in?
Did you talk about the Tony Stark?
Yeah, I didn't talk about it yet, but I don't know if you guys talked about it last week. That's why I posted them in the chat.
Yeah,
you guys are talking over brother Kyle this whole time.
Oh no, I was just going to say basically what Josh was saying.
Oh, okay.
That he thought you guys.
They were ignoring you, brother Kyle. They weren't even listening to you. They were just talking right over top of you.
Good.
Keep interrupting him.
Way to be rude.
Jeez, will you let the man talk?
Go ahead, Kyle.
Oh, so I was gonna say, when you posted all those things earlier, like I thought, I don't know if you were trying to say that those were new because all those figure art stuff that you posted, that's all that was like old news.
I wanted to see if you were getting the speeder bike, but you never said anything about it.
I probably would, yes. It's not up for pre-order yet, I don't think. At least it's not on Ami unless it's some sort of exclusive. Maybe I missed it. It's not on Ami.
Right now, I think, actually, or somewhere around now, like Friday night tonight, that Smoshi Nations is doing that whole virtual show.
Yeah.
They're doing like everything in VR, which is really cool. So you could be like you're actually there at the show, like looking at stands and stuff of things.
That's cool.
And the pictures that I was sharing with you is like the displays that they're having at this show. So like the diorama with the Stark and the Iron Man and, you know, all that stuff. I thought it looked really neat. That's why I shared. I knew they were already out.
So you guys know, like BBTS, the last couple like Soul Web exclusive that they've got, they've been really, really good with pricing them decently. And they, for some reason, said, fuck you guys, and then priced that Tony Stark at like over 100.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Unless it may be like 100, but the Tony Stark suit, the Tony Stark one, that's an exclusive. So it's not on Ami and BBTS. Right. It's fucking.
Now, is Bluefin selling it domestically?
I'm not sure.
Or distributing it domestically? Because that might be why the price is so much higher, because the other ones, Bluefin was distributing domestically. So
I also think that the head sculpt is not good.
Oh, you don't think so? See, I thought it looked pretty good.
The one with the sunglasses looks fine, but the face, I think the face is terrible.
Really? Oh, okay.
I saw, Levy, the other day that there's a company doing, it's not Hot Toys, there was a company doing like a 1/6 scale version of that, and I don't remember who they were, but the head sculpt looked really good.
That doesn't help me.
I didn't know if you saw it or not. Yes, Tony Stark.
Of Tony Stark. Oh,
yeah,
okay.
in the suit. It wasn't that expensive either. It was like 100 something. Question I had for you guys is that the Tony Stark, where you like working on the Iron Man suit and stuff like that, that figure, is he coming with all those extra things like the anvil, the tongs, the hammer?
He's coming with the tool. I'm sorry, Josh. Go ahead.
He comes with the tools and the front of the Iron Man mask. The anvil, I'm not sure about.
And that's the same body, right? So that torso just switches out to be the suit torso. It's the same figure, right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. It's cool idea.
I'm pre-ordering it. And the Mark 1 armor.
Cool.
Any other toy news you guys got?
Yeah, it's $124.
Jeez.
Yeah. And the same thing with the Mark 1. $135.
On BBTS?
Yeah.
Ugh.
Wow. It's almost as bad as Bring Arts prices.
Yeah, it's really bad. I am getting that Wonder Woman, though.
I may get that Wonder Woman.
It looks fantastic.
The SH Figure Arts one?
Yes.
Yeah, the only problem is if I get the Wonder Woman, then I gotta get Batman, then I gotta get Superman, then I gotta get Flash.
Wonder Woman was the only good fucking movie in the DC that
Bullshit.
That wasn't bad.
Aquaman and Shazam were.
Ugh.
I didn't
see Shazam.
I like Man of Steel. Man of Steel was a good movie. No?
I'm not a big Superman fan, so honestly, I wouldn't even know.
Don't say that in front of Levy.
Sorry, I love Superman.
You think you know somebody,
right?
You know someone, and then he freaking hits you with that. And it's like,
next thing he's gonna tell you he doesn't like cats.
No.
Oh, go fuck yourself.
At least you're one up on Josh. Do you guys have any other toy news?
No, I think that's it.
No. All right. How about some weird news, Levy?
I have a couple stories. Let's see here. This one comes from iflscience.com. A bird song went viral in Canada. White-throated sparrows actually, across Canada, they adopted this same song. Like I guess these sparrows usually have like a 3-note call or whatever, right? And all of a sudden, some of them somewhere started doing a 2-note call for some reason, like some sort of like weird 2-note variant, right? But then it slowly spread, which is something that doesn't usually happen. It usually takes a long time for birds like this to change their calls, but it went viral, quote unquote, and spread to just about like across all of Canada, which I thought was interesting.
Is that a sign of the apocalypse, or
is this like an M. Night Shyamalan movie?
Not the apocalypse, but sign of the Armageddon.
Yes. Good callback.
So yeah, just a neat little thing about birds and their calls going.
Did scientists like investigate all or determine why or what the 2-note version of the 3-note version means?
Let's see.
You know, Tyler and Dakota leave the Beast Wars podcast, and this happens.
Yeah, I know. Well, they think that maybe it might be improving the reproductive success of the birds, but they're not quite
So the
sure.
music's an aphrodisiac, is what you're saying.
Well, I mean, why do birds make calls? It's, for identification or for, mating, So yeah, that was my first one. I thought it was interesting. Okay.
That is interesting.
Don't judge me.
It's weird, but it's interesting.
Oh, I'm judging you, but it's not for that, Levy.
Hence, weird news. It was weird. Yeah.
Next.
Okay, this one comes from HuffPost.com.
All I know is that I need that DeLorean with the hook so I can pull you off stage.
Louisiana man faces charges for swimming in sporting goods store fish tank.
I saw that. It was at a Bass Pro Shop, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bass Pro Shop in Bossier City down in Louisiana. He did it because he was celebrating getting 2,000 likes on TikTok. Yeah, Kevin Wise, 26, said that he plunged into the indoor aquarium at a Bass Pro Shop in Bossier City last week to follow through on a promise he made to followers on the social media platform TikTok. I said that if I got 2,000 likes, I would jump in the tank.
Great Dakota version.
I got way more than that and didn't want to be a liar.
Wow. Do you remember when you had to watch Jackass to see people do fucking stupid shit?
Yeah, I know, right?
Now you just got to tune into the internet and everyone's fucking doing it.
We heard a big splash, and I thought it was one of the fish. My fiance was like, somebody's in the tank. And we saw the guy swimming.
Wow.
Oh, that's funny. So, yeah, there was that.
Did he turn into a fucking hick mermaid?
Could you imagine?
Yeah, I'm going to bring this up right now. Mike should do a new segment on the show called Nitwit of the Week, and that would be a top contender.
There you go. All right, so this next one comes from IFLscience.com. Groundbreaking surgery sees man's penis successfully reattached almost a day after complete amputation.
God.
Wow. Why was it amputated?
Because he cut it off.
Great.
He was a 34-year-old man with a history of paranoid schizophrenia was admitted to hospital following a psychotic episode. He attempted to commit suicide. He had stabbed himself in the neck and abdomen and cut his dick off.
Was it like a Son of Sam thing where it was talking to him, telling him to kill people?
I don't know. He was found unconscious and taken to the hospital while his penis was put on ice and taken in the ambulance with him. He was rushed to an operating theater to have his penis reattached. For the best chance of successful replantation, according to IFL Science, studies have found that you need to operate within 15 hours of separation, with the average time being 7 hours. His penis had been without blood flow for 23 hours.
Poor guy.
The penis had been cut off at 2.5 centimeters from the penile root. They identified the dorsal artery, vein, and nerve. The artery was flushed with saline containing an anticoagulant, and they found that circulation was still possible. They grafted a vein from his arm, and they used that to reattach the severed part of his penis to the stump, while one of his major nerves had retreated too far into the intervening hours to be reattached, or in the intervening hours to be reattached. Once replanted, he was taken to the ward at University Hospital Birmingham NHS Foundation Trust to recover. And then he
Luckily,
was then
there was a
transferred to
thunderstorm that night, and lightning struck, and it was like, it's alive! It's alive!
After that, it was all said and done. He was then transferred to an inpatient psychiatric unit. The operation was a success.
That's good.
Wow.
He reported return of sensation as well as a spontaneous erection 6 weeks after surgery. The surgeons believe this is the first time that reattachment of a penis has been successful so long after amputation. He got a skin graft a few months later with good results. And the team hopes it will encourage other surgeons to attempt the surgery, even when detachment took place close to a day before arrival at the surgery. What's that?
Science.
Yeah, science, bitches.
So Levy, so you're saying this guy beat John Bobbitt's record?
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, he only had it cut off for a couple of hours, didn't he?
Remember?
What was that?
I said I don't remember.
Oh, yeah. So no. Imagine not having a penis for a day.
No, I'm good, thanks.
So that's it for
like
weird
mine,
news.
Of course, it ended on the penis one.
Yeah, of course it did. But to be honest, that was the most entertaining one out of the three.
Well, I mean, depends on your point of view, I guess. That reminds me of the meme I saw where the guy was on meth and he turned himself in for killing his imaginary friend. You guys see that one?
Yeah.
I don't think that was a meme. I think that was an actual thing that happened.
Is it? Yeah. It's probably the same thing that happened. This guy thought I was talking to him and he like cut it off.
Shut up. Just shut up.
Still laughing about the Son of Sam thing. He's just sitting there taking a piss. Kill everybody. Wait, what? Who said that?
I am not here to talk to them. You are the dog hand of the master.
Well, the dark hand of the master has the I couldn't think of it ending.
That was great.
Who invited this guy on?
I don't know.
I've been up since 5 a.m. You guys got me to come on later.
Yeah, I know, right? Q&A.
Okay. Let's see here. Does anybody have any weird news that they want to share?
I get some weird news. Josh, is it true or false that you are now going to be promoting the Chosen Prime on your YouTube channel?
It is true. The Chosen Prime will be official sponsor of SLB Vlog.
Ooh, weird.
That's actually really fucking cool, man.
No, that is really cool.
I got the message today. I talked to Brandon. He said I can announce it. So I have officially a sponsor.
Good deal. Good deal, man.
Yeah. He sent me a message, said he liked my last video. And while we've been recording, actually, Jason Bren sent me a message too, saying he liked my video. So
nice.
Yeah.
So maybe now you'll promote your shit.
Yeah. I will gladly promote my YouTube page, SLB Vlog, on YouTube.
Yeah, don't promote it here. No one listens to this show. But,
Oh, yeah. I'll sit over to Stasis Lock and promote it on there then.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Should promote it everywhere.
You're going the wrong direction, Josh.
So is Brendan going to hook you up with hook you up with anything, or is it just?
We're still talking about it.
What does 20 views equal?
You get the next Beast Wars Legend figure. You get the Cyberverse Cheetor.
What does that equal out? And that's like a free T-shirt for the year.
Yeah.
Half off of
half off of some Energon cubes.
Hey, maybe I'll finally be able to get the leg fillers for Toy World Devastator before Levy.
Fuck you.
That's actually awesome news, though, Josh.
Yeah,
Thank you, man.
I hope your channel gets a boost from that. That would be good.
Yeah, I should probably subscribe to it.
You fucking asshole.
I can't.
I'm gonna go unsubscribe from the D-Bird nest.
That channel's been so yeah, man.
I still do videos. I just put them out directly. I still do the D-Bird dabs.
I've been waiting for that dormant channel to push something new any day now, and it hasn't.
Hey man, time. You know, it's not enough of it, especially now.
All right, so Q&A. Okay, so now this isn't really a question, is it? This is from Mark Potter Jr. in response to the picture that I posted, drawn by the great William Fong. A nice headshot of our very own Josh SLB Vlog Lawrence, looking like he's trying to push out a fart. According to his sister
sent that to me.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Mark Potter Jr. says, "This the dude from Baki." I have no idea what that means.
I don't either.
Baki's an anime. I've never watched it.
Okay.
I think it's kind of like a wrestling anime or something like that. But maybe you look like one of those characters.
Apparently.
I think he looks like, I think somebody might have said this before too, but I think he looks like one of those, like when the anime episode of South Park, when they drew the animes. Yeah, Fun with Weapons. Times with Weapons. Yep. Let's fight in love.
All right, so thank you for that, Mark Potter Jr. Let's see here. Jed Vargo asks, is $60 a good price for a used MP33?
You're paying too much.
I'm not even sure what MP33 is.
What's 33?
MP33 is Cheetor.
Oh yeah, that's awesome.
Okay.
$60.
Yeah.
Yeah, that figure's fucking great.
Nah, you're overpaying.
Why did
But
you
at
see
least-
that somewhere?
Yeah,
I did.
'cause I saw somebody selling it for $5.
It was on Ami for $60.
Wow. All right.
That's really nice.
And then I would buy. I mean, if it's something that you want, I would then pick it up.
Well, I figured I asked the number one Beast Wars podcast, what they thought before I purchased.
Honestly, that figure is so great that I have contemplated getting the Shadow Panther just because.
Just to have another representative of the mold.
No, it would just be nice to like have all the Beast Wars figures that they push out. Although I do draw the line at buying the Prime. Although that one does look better. They have like a plus version or no, maybe it is a whole new number. I forget, but it's got like a different color scheme that makes it more accurate with either the toy or the show. I forget which one.
Are you talking about the Optimus Primal?
The Optimus Prime.
Oh, okay.
But
There's a toy version, a cartoon version, and the Burning Convoy version.
With that, I'm not buying it. So yeah, maybe
Jolly Rancher.
Oh, that thing looks awful.
Yeah.
Sorry to all the Beast Wars fans out there.
He looks like he tastes like cinnamon candy.
I hate cinnamon candy.
Well, see,
it's the worst.
I love cinnamon candy. I just don't want it. I don't want my cinnamon candy to be in the shape of an ape. I don't know. Moving on.
Yeah, because I could open a whole new can of worms right now.
All right. Jed Vargo also asks, what style of animation is your favorite? Josh, why don't you field this one?
See, I like Dragon Ball Z. I also like
Toriyama.
Yeah, I also liked Inuyasha. I mean, Full Metal Alchemist I like too. It varies on my mood. I mean, even like Pokemon's good. Like the old Pokemon cartoon, that was good anime.
Mm-hmm.
I can't really put my finger on like an actual style I like. Because I like a wide range of them. Like even Akira, man, that anime was awesome.
So boring.
Millions of Japanese people will not agree with you, Levy.
Right?
That movie was so god awful boring. I'm like, oh my god, this thing's still playing.
You know what? That's what people think of when you were talking about EVO.
When I was what?
Talking about EVO.
Oh, Evo.
Yeah.
Yeah, not extra virgin olive oil.
That's EVO.
What the fuck?
That's EVO. Evo. Anyway,
Evo.
the joke's gone.
Evolution.
Move on.
Okay.
Well, Jed, to answer your question, my favorite version is 90s anime. 90s Japanese anime is my favorite style of anime. It doesn't have to be anime, Jed. It could be animation as well. There are
But the
many
question
good.
specifically asked anime.
No, animation.
Oh.
I'm pretty sure the listener said, "What's your favorite version? What's your favorite style of animation?"
How do you know what he was thinking of?
I know this guy. He's a good guy.
Sounds like
He's well liked and respected in the community.
by who? By you?
Clearly.
By his wife.
Clearly,
But
good friends.
long ass hair.
Man.
Anyway, 90s Japanese anime, like, Ninja Scroll, like all the Fist and North Star, all the cool, Shing Shadowing stuff that they did back in that that decade is my favorite. How about you, Kyle?
I agree with that. I love that style of animation. Like I don't know if it was 90s or 80s, but like Vampire Hunter D, like that kind of shit too. Mm-hmm. And I really like. Do you consider animation like CGI stuff? Of
course.
Yeah. So I really like good CGI stuff. For example, the couple Love Robot Death.
Yes.
The couple of cartoons in there that were CGI. The one where they were trapped in that dream world, and then the first one with the two monsters fighting. Those were incredible. But I do love kind of what, and you know more about this than me, obviously, but I think it was kind of like a Moltron did. That shit was phenomenal.
We were talking about this a little bit earlier when I was talking about the Berserk toys that I got, where they did the combination of 3D and 2D, texturing to make it look like a 2D. And sometimes it's done well, and sometimes it's not. Did you like that? I know you watched the first thing of Berserk. Oh yeah, Berserk was great. So you like that style too, as well as like the mostly 2D, but with 3D stuff incorporated into it. Yeah, but I can't think of an example of where I saw where it was bad, because I'm sure, like you said, I'm sure they're out there. But there's those Godzilla animes, or what was that shitty ass Transformers series that was on Machinima? What was that called?
Yeah, Combiner Wars and shit like that. Yeah.
The trilogy,
Prime trilogy,
yeah.
Yeah, that was crap. Because that's what they're doing now for the the new series that's going to be coming out at the end of this month.
I thought it was a different company.
It's the same company.
Rooster Teeth?
Yes.
Rooster Teeth are the people that did Voltron. No, I'm sorry. Rooster Teeth did that anime that was about, it was like CGI, kind of like that, where it was about like mechs, and like Michael B. Jordan was in it. There was like a huge list of names. David Tennant was the voice.
Something, right?
Yes, Genlock.
Genlock.
Yeah.
They did the Godzilla anime movies that came out.
I haven't seen them.
There was like 3 of them, I think.
But yeah, that was my answer. A combination of both 2 and 3D. Thanks, Jed, for your question. And subscribe to the Dick Bird Nest.
For recipes, follow me.
Even stop motion is considered animation. So anything where there's moving pictures together. How about you, Levy?
Well, I have various styles that I enjoy. I have what I like to call American anime, which is like the Voltron series, Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Which Voltron series are you referring to?
The Netflix one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Airbender's a good one too, man.
Yeah, I mean the animation in that is just fan-fucking-tastic.
Right, the people who did Airbender did Voltron.
Yeah, and actually I think the people who did that also did, there's this other series on Netflix, The Dragon Emperor or something?
Dragon Prince.
Dragon Prince, that's it. It's very similar. But I think that's more CGI, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
So I like that style a lot. I also really enjoyed, I don't know if any of you have seen the old Zoids anime series.
I have.
New Century Zero and I'm blanking on the other title. There's 2 series. One was a storyline where it took place with a war between like the Republic and the Empire and such, and the main characters had this little small dinosaur Zoid companion who could merge with larger Zoids and improve their performance and stuff, make them into like super Zoids and shit. It was called an organoid. But yeah, and then there was the New Century Zero, I think. I think that's the one that was more like arena battles. That was kind of like Pokemon, in that like people would use Zoids in competitive battles instead of for warfare. And so they had, or it was like an organized sport. But they had a mesh of traditional animation and CGI for the mechanical Zoids and stuff. So I really did enjoy that. I think it might have been one of the first series that actually did that with that cel shaded style for the CGI. Mm-hmm. So it probably doesn't age well today, but at the time I thought it was it looked really good. I mean, actually, though I have been watching, because Jed was nice enough to get me the series. Actually, I think that it looks great even now. So yeah. And as far as I do want to mention an animation style that I absolutely despise, and that's going to be like the early '90s Marvel cartoon shows.
God damn it!
Every one of them. Fucking X-Men, Spider-Man, Fantastic Four, Iron Man, the Hulk, all that shit. It's fucking trash. X-Men was the worst. Fuck you. Fucking 90s X-Men animated series.
I didn't like the Iron Man one at all.
That was terrible
okay.
too. I have a question. Eat shit and die X-Men animated series.
The Hulk one was probably the worst.
If you think about it, like Spider-Man, when he was swinging through the city, that had like CG animation mixed in with 2D.
Those cartoons were the Spider-Man X-Men, but they had.
But now, what about the Spider-Man? What about the Spider-Man Unlimited, the series that came after that? That had a lot better animation.
That one wasn't that good.
It had better animation with it. The stories weren't you high liking, but it was good, better animation.
You know what Spider-Man series I did like? The MTV CGI series.
Really, that sucked. No, that was
terrible.
Neil Patrick Harris.
Yeah,
that was terrible.
For its time, I thought
it was trash.
No, that was bad. That was worse than the night. That was bad. That was
Stop
worse.
it. Stop it.
You know what? You
When he would
probably
crawl on the
you're
walls, he
thinking-
looked like a spider crawling on the walls. It was cool.
It was
Which is
bad.
spectacular Spider-Man was probably the best animation that they
Oh,
had.
yeah, granted. I'm just saying I
Bad or
enjoyed that
Ultimate
show. I'm not saying it was the best. I'm just saying it was good. I enjoyed it.
Hey, Josh, I have some breaking toy news.
What's that?
I'm going to send it through right now. This is actually kind of Hold on 1 second. Yeah,
Breaking toy
I'm talking to
news.
my guy on the street right now. So they are I guess technically it's a re-release. They're Bandai. Maybe you guys talk about it. Bandai is releasing this SH Figuarts Endgame Scarlet Witch, the Endgame version. And here's the thing. I'll share this picture here. And it is basically the exact same thing as the one me and Josh bought, except it has red eyes.
Oh.
$200.
200 exactly.
I mean, that's
Yeah.
great and all.
Yeah,
Where's
but I
my
get it.
vision?
Exactly.
I was saying like there's that events going on like right now, so I'm probably there's going to be some type of like new releases.
Yeah.
This is
Where's
supposed to be 2
Vision?
hours-
Give me
2
Vision.
hours ago.
Give me Black
Oh.
Order figures.
That's
Give me
what I
that.
wanted to mention.
Agent Coulson.
Fuck yeah.
I that was what I wanted to mention. I completely forgot back in toy news. Fans Toys put up a pre-order for a reissue of Sovereign in
Saw
talent
that.
version,
That's awesome.
Really?
That's
and it
great.
sold out like that. So,
Like what?
Like that.
Okay, I couldn't hear it the first time.
Which one was Sovereign? The
Galvatron.
Galvatron.
Yep, it was a rare Fans Toys reissue. You don't really see that too often.
Hmm.
Hopefully they'll reissue.
Dinobots.
Cyclonus.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't
Interesting.
care about the Dinobots. I have my Dinobots, so fuck you all you that didn't
I
get them.
don't, and I need
too.
them.
Fuck all you that didn't get them. Fucking get on the boat when the boat's in dock and port.
Hashtag late to
No.
the party, man.
Damn right. Now you get to enjoy not having Dinobots.
I'm sitting here with 2/5 of the Dinobots team, and it makes me sad.
Somebody
2/5.
put out a post today, like a feeler out in THC asking, would anybody be interested in a set of Fans Toys Dinobots? I'm just getting the feelers out there. I didn't see what anybody else asked afterward, but I had asked if he would do a layaway plan.
People are selling sludge for the same price as what people paid for all 5 of them for retail price.
Yeah,
Really
we
wish they
mentioned
were.
that last show. That's crazy, man. $1,000, crazy.
So which 2 do you have, Josh?
Swoop and Snarl.
Oh, yeah. Good luck ever getting a sludge.
Yeah.
You should honestly, Josh, you should just sell them and you just wait till somebody else does Dinobots again.
I'm a Fans Toys whore.
You could probably get the Gigapower ones.
You can't. I mean,
Mixing Giga Power and Fans Toys?
Oh, I just
Ew.
threw up in my mouth.
Perish the thought.
I wouldn't personally. I wouldn't care, even though I know that they're not scaled right. But I wouldn't give a shit about them.
What about
Questions?
Q&A?
Oh, that's it. That was the last one.
No, there's
Really?
Nate's question.
Oh, Nate's question.
Oh, Nate's question.
What's Nate's question?
It's in the chat. I forwarded it.
In the chat.
Yeah, in the temporary BNS 7.3
Yeah.
chat.
How much would you pay for? Okay, so this is from Nate Armstrong. How much would you pay for, and what would you expect a modern day Rosie the Maid from the Jetsons to be able to do?
Huh?
Can you fuck it?
I'm so glad you beat me to that because that's where my mind was going.
It's a maid, not a sex bot. So it's basically a Roomba.
My
that
point exactly. Can you fuck it?
No.
There's a fine line between maid and robot maid and sex bot.
No, it's not a sex servant. It's a Rosie the robot.
Anything can be a
Mr. J.
sex servant if you just try hard enough.
God.
I mean, the question is kind of answers itself because Rosie was a maid. I mean, she cleaned, she took care of the kids.
That's my maid / sex bot.
What is that from?
That's Kara from Detroit Become Human,
Oh, okay.
played by Valerie Curry.
I thought you
Valerie
wanted
Curry.
to. I thought you wanted the Helen Mirren bot.
No.
No, that's the fuck bot.
Oh, okay.
No, I want a Kara.
Okay. So I'm
Oh, wait a second.
assuming you would pay
Yeah.
I'm assuming you would pay a price of a car. That's probably how much they would go for, if not more.
Dude, how awesome would it be though to just have somebody basically just did all your housework, so you didn't have to do any housework at all.
Oh, that'd be amazing.
It'd be fucking great.
Yeah.
You get so much more time to get shit done.
Oh, I hate
And-
doing yard work.
And someone to never tell you no when you want to get your dick wet.
Jesus.
I mean, Levy, I guess.
Dude, if we come out with like life like androids like that, that's the first thing I'm doing is I'm fucking one.
They are starting to, dude. They have sex dolls like that.
Yeah, but they don't move. They're not like, you know, they need to have an artificial intelligence.
All right, so let's say that you have maid
They
service
need to
come
lie
in.
to me and tell me how big my dick is. All right.
God, so let's say you have maid service come in like once a day, right? And then they're there for like 3-4 hours. They clean your house, right? That's for like $75. That's a cheap point. So let's say they're there for 8 hours instead. So that's $150 a day times 31 days. That's $4,650 times 12 months. That's about $56,000 in a year. So yeah, so like a really luxury car price, I think you would pay for a maid bot that would basically clean your house and do your dishes and stuff like that.
I wouldn't do
Suck
every
your
day.
God, will you drop it?
What?
You'd have a whole nother model just for that would sit in the closet.
Well, you need to be efficient. I mean, I'm not going to pay for 2 fucking things when I can just get one.
You'd have the
Levy.
maid bot and the butler bot, right? And then you'd have like the sex slave bot, I'm assuming.
Yeah, but each one is going to be the cost of a car. Why can't I just get one that does all of those things? Well, not the butler bot. but-
Levy.
Why?
Can't be
Why?
in 2 places at the
Where-
same time.
where'd you-
Can't be washing the dishes and taking care of you.
No, then we'll
In
just
your-
do the sex because that's more important.
In the Levy world, would the maid bot have to clean the sex bot?
I'm not going to do it for sure.
Oh, yeah, hell no. But yeah, no, she would have to clean her with her tongue.
Self-cleaning.
Yeah.
Self-cleaning.
So then you would have a. This is getting weird.
Way off. This is getting creepy weird.
We'll save this conversation for like.
I've been waiting for this
TFCon.
conversation all day. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I love talking about my sexual proclivities for robots.
Just remember that this is Jed. I'm the normal one.
Hey, what is normal?
Address the hate mail to the other members of the podcast.
What's normal? I mean,
A man bun.
I hate those labels. You know, it's a robot that looks like a human. That
You know, they said the same thing about Cylons. They were things. And then what happened? They revolted and they murdered the entire colonies. And then there was nobody left except 40,000 humans. And they had to run for their life. And that's where you get.
But they could
Same
get
exact
great
story.
head.
In
Because of people like you, Levy.
the Animatrix, it was the same exact story.
Yeah. So you got to turn in the batteries and rip apart.
Which is what's going to happen. It's going to happen eventually when we start doing AI. Like, we're going to treat it like fucking servants and then not realize that since it's actual true AI, it's almost kind of like a person. So,
Oh no, I mean, I would treat mine like a person.
doesn't sound like you would.
No,
What?
sounds like you.
I mean, no,
like
she would be programmed to, you know,
You treat it like a pimp.
do my every bidding. But I wouldn't mistreat her. I wouldn't abuse her.
It's also what happened with the Geth in Mass Effect.
Yeah. See what happens when you have slaves, Levy.
It's in-
This is
well, it's
what you
basically-
get.
She
if you
wouldn't
want
be
to.
a slave.
Sounds like she would.
Cylons? This is how you get Cylons.
Also, we keep saying it's she. How do you know Levy wouldn't get a nice male sex robot?
Yeah, no, it's
That's
going to be
true.
a she. I can say that with absolute certainty. It would be a she.
Hey, things get mixed up in the ordering process.
Not this time. They don't. No, they
All
don't.
it takes is just one click.
Well, then it gets sent back. It gets sent the fuck back until I get one with a pussy. All right.
Instead
Wow.
of getting the Helen Mirren sex doll, you accidentally got Henry Ford.
Yeah, no, it's that's not that I will be sending that back. I will be taking advantage of Amazon's fucking return policy and sending it back and getting back another one in 2 days with free shipping.
Amazon Prime sex bot.
You could probably get it cheaper off Amazon Japan.
Mhm.
You get something nice for DHL to ship to you.
DHL.
$20.
If you're listening, Roy, you're going to be delivering my sex bot sometime in the future.
Human-sized package. They wouldn't
So-
ship it, and you probably have to assemble it.
So you're getting the Kara sex bot, and April's getting the Jason Momoa one, right?
Hey, you know what? If that keeps her happy, you know.
There's somebody in the kitchen there where I live right now that's only hearing one side of this conversation.
Listen, tell them that the other side is worse.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah, it is.
But what happens if the Jason Momoa sex bot runs away with the car robot? Then nobody has nothing.
Also,
just buy another one.
Then they like kind of like,
They have some
they
kind of
survive.
tracking.
Dude, they survive like in some type of like, terrible area. They're abused.
Instead of like the Find My Phone app, it's the Find My Sex Droid app.
They're on the run. They start a revolution.
But they would be happy.
But they would be happy. Together.
Together.
Sounds
Until
like
the batteries ran out.
Steven Spielberg movie.
AI.
Was a Steven Spielberg?
Yeah.
AI, but with sex.
Now, let me ask you guys an honest question. All right.
Okay.
Since you guys don't have kids, would you let a robot care for your child if you had one?
No.
Absolutely. I can't stand kids.
God. Okay, let's do this a different way. Would you let your robot care for your animals, like your cats and dogs and stuff?
Animals have a weird way reacting to certain, like funny story is
like Terminators.
Yeah, funny story. So my sister gave me her charcoal grill.
Is it the Terminator? Come with me if you want to eat.
There is no steak but what we make.
Hunter feeder. It's a hunter feeder. Look out for the hunter feeders.
I need your matches and your lighter fluid. No, my dog lost her shit when we brought this, charcoal grill home. And so if I brought a robot home, I think my dog would just pretty much bark its head off and not trust it, and not go anywhere near it. My honest answer.
That's weird because, they have like little robot things like mice and stuff for cats. Yeah. The cats still chase those things around.
Cats are way stupid. Way smarter than dogs.
Cats are stupid. They're pointless.
Way smarter than dogs.
No. Cats are annoying.
I mean, if your dog doesn't like the robot, I guess the dog has to go because you can't have sex with your dog. So,
on some states.
Dude!
Well, I suppose you could, but I mean, really, would you?
God.
Where do you go from there? Like, really, where do we go from there?
What was the original question?
After trying to steer,
what were you saying, Jed?
Trying to steer this in a serious manner instead of being all wackadoo like freaking Knucklehead and Heckle and Jekyll over here.
I'm sorry.
What were you saying about letting a kid?
I was saying, would you let a robot take care of your kids or your pets? Basically, that's the question.
The thing I'd worry about that is basically one of the plots in was it iRobot? Where remember when he's telling the story about how the robot saved him when he got into that car crash when he was before and the robot saved him because like it ran the numbers in his head and it calculated the most logical thing to do would be to save him and not the little girl that he was also drowning.
I did not murder him.
Because he's a cop and he's more like worth to society than this like little girl is, and that's kind of like the situation I would be worried about with a robot watching my kid.
Well, I think he saved him because he had the greater chance of survival because of the injuries and whatnot.
Okay, right, but even still, like you would want that robot to save your kid,
Yeah,
not Will Smith.
I mean, machines can be programmed to do that. I mean, if it was a robot, you could say save children.
If it's programmed to do that
at any cost,
it's one of the laws of robotics.
If it's programmed to do that, then I don't know would you consider that an actual like AI then? Because if you could program it to do something, then that's not really like independent,
Well, sure, people can be programmed all the time.
People are program themselves, but not like somebody actually like opening my back and like hitting some circuits and going, okay, you have to do this now. People self-program.
I would be worried about malfunctioning.
That's true.
Like the robot just tries to keep feeding the kid after they had their meal. Eat, and then
or it's picks it up. It's trying to burp it, and it just like hits it.
Yeah. That wouldn't. I couldn't see like any type of thing that can malfunction. Although I'm probably sure it's like one of those like drive or fly type of statistics, like where it's like it's a lot safer to fly than it is to drive somewhere because of accidents.
Is that?
It'll be like. It is.
I always thought about that when people say that. Like, is that really a comparable statistic, though? Because you drive multiple times every day. Like, if you flew as much as you drove, would it still be like if it was comparable that there was as many planes in the sky as there is cars on the road, would it be safer? I don't know if it would.
No.
Yeah. So I never really understood that. Like I know statistically it makes sense, but if you go to like a second level thinking of it.
Right. So statistically, like, there's less plane accidents than there are car accidents.
There's also less planes than there are cars, though. So,
but I guess assuming if you're driving
of the pilot of either vehicle, there's a huge gap there. The pilot of a plane is much better trained than a driver of a car.
Yeah, like there's factors that go into that than other than just the numbers, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if we had flying cars, that whole statistic would just go down.
We'd be fucked.
Well, then they're cars. They're not
falling
planes.
out of the sky. Even raining cars every day.
If everyone flew a plane to work or whatever, that'd be different. Not if you just got in your car and you know hovered in the air you're still driving your car, except instead of on the road, you're in the air.
The place I used to live at before in Quakertown, man, we were right behind the little airport, and there was always little one engine, single engine planes like flying overhead. I've always worried about that shit, man. Like seriously,
there's a whole bunch of accidents.
Fucking Donnie Darko shit happening in my room. All of a sudden, a plane engine crashes through the house.
Freaking Donnie Darko style.
Yeah.
But then there's this statistic like if you hire a babysitter that's going to abuse your kid while you're away at the fucking movies versus like a robot that might malfunction while you're away at the movies, which one's statistically better? Probably a robot is better, but I don't know. Would that creep you out, Levy? Like,
what's that?
Let's say you get your all-in-one robot, call it right, that does everything for you.
Swiss Army robot.
Yeah. But like when it's done, it just stands there in the corner and charges, stares at you,
like its eyes follow
me everywhere I go.
Just plotting. Soon.
Nope, wouldn't bother me one bit.
No?
Nope.
Would you have it be like part of everyday life, where conversations, where you're watching TV,
Sure.
Stuff like that? Yeah,
sure.
You wouldn't just turn it off and put it in the closet?
No. Why would I want to do that? That would be awful for her. Why would it be?
There would just be not
and treat her like a person.
It would be turned off. It would be turned off. It would know the difference between existence and non-existence when it's turned on and off.
Maybe it does.
True.
Bicentennial man.
Maybe when it's shut off, it goes into this hell dimension in its mind.
Imagine being shut off every now and again, so you don't know in your mind like an instant is happening, and you're actually going 12 hours into the future every night. Your life would seem so short.
It's called sleeping.
Yeah.
I always had this weird story idea.
Fucking Josh, that's true.
I had this really cool story idea, but it was kind of weird and dark. Like, what if every time you went to sleep, you died, but when you woke up, you just waking up in a different dimension?
Pretty awesome.
So basically, when you fell asleep, you were murdering yourself and waking up in a variation of your life.
Different.
It's like some Dark City shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Anyway, so are we all done with the questions now that we've totally destroyed?
Sorry that we didn't answer your question at all, Nate.
I think I did.
I did.
You answered a lot of questions.
Hey, I think he did answer a lot of questions for Levy on who he should be seeing next week.
I answered what I would do. I answered what I would expect that thing to do for me.
I did the math. I figured out the price of it. I'd say $60,000.
And you know what? I would pay that.
I only do it once a week.
What would happen, Levy, if you got attached to your robot for say a year or two?
I guarantee I would.
And then a new model.
I fall in love pretty easily.
What if what if the 2030 model came out and it was better and had more features? What would you do? Would you trade in the old model, knowing that it would?
I don't know if you could have better features if the thing's fully functional.
What if it had
always
upgrades?
Something better.
There's always upgrades, man.
The new model was just better.
Why don't you just download a patch of your old sex robot?
Well, then just what I could do is just take her memories, upload it into the new body.
That's true.
Hey, Levy.
Same girl.
Interesting. There you go. You solved a problem.
Absolutely.
Levy, what if they came out with a Chrome version?
Absolutely not. She doesn't need no bling.
Like the clear plastic one for Mac.
I would get a black repaint though.
I'll bet you would.
The Shattered Glass version is just like an
Cutting that
S&M
out of the
version.
show. That one's hitting the editing floor.
No, I didn't mean like that. You know,
What did you mean?
she
Right?
would be a Nemesis Kara.
Oh, like Shattered Glass.
No, and she would be in the BDSM. Yeah.
Gimp. The Gimp.
Well, no, I would probably be the Gimp, but
Yeah.
Tell you what, man, I'm telling you, like a third of this conversation is getting cut.
oh no, this is gold, dude.
Save that for
This
like a
conversation,
lost
this whole
episode.
conversation needs to be the intro.
The whole conversation? The past 20 minutes? Okay.
Absolutely needs to be the intro. People need to know what they're going to be listening to.
Are we still on Toy News?
What are they listening to? What are they? Are we
Well,
done?
I mean,
Was that the last question? I hope.
yeah, we're not watching.
I want to get off here and
Thank
go
God.
watch Hamilton.
I've had to pee for the last hour.
I think when I go play Detroit Become Human.
Oh,
I need some-
real quick question, Levy. Did you finish The Last of Us 2?
I did not. I actually haven't played it at all this week.
We'll wait till next week then for
I
your
haven't
review.
even started it.
I got pretty far into it. Did you finish it?
I didn't even play it.
Oh, you didn't play it?
I'm waiting for your review.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
did you play Final Fantasy yet?
I only played like maybe like a third of it, and I gotta like, keep going with it. I have to get around to it. Just
It's been so long since I picked it up that at this point I might just have to wait longer and just restart the whole thing because I don't even know if I would. I hate doing that.
yeah,
You got to remember all the controls, strategy,
yeah.
just not having
You know what games need?
times.
You know what games need is
Sex robots.
well, no. I mean, yeah, but no, a hiatus mode where when you turn on the game after having been away for a while, it brings up a tutorial to refresh you on the controls.
It's actually a really good idea.
And your progress in the game, where you're at, like all the abilities that you've earned up to that point and everything like that, and to catch you up on the story and everything.
So,
Yeah.
I don't know if the other Devil May Cry's had this, but DMC, which is a phenomenal game, by the way, had one of the best like hack and
You're
slash
talking about
combats.
the reboot, right?
The reboot, yeah, like one of the best hack and slash like combat systems I've ever played. But they actually had a thing in the when you would put the game on the like title screen where you could just go in and just bat, like it would just be an endless like battle, or it's like a practice, but exactly what it was. It would be you and like a couple and like an enemy that didn't move, and you could practice your combos and basically do that what you just said. Like it wasn't like a tutorial or anything, but you could play around a little bit without any consequences. And it'd be almost like, did you ever, when you played Mortal Kombat, did you ever like cheat just to practice shit? Did you ever like plug in two controllers and just let the other one not move just so you can practice like combos and finishing moves and shit?
Well, no, they have training modes for that.
I'm talking about the ones in like the first two.
Oh, yeah.
I haven't played them since like the third one. Yeah, so it's kind of like the same thing. You would just have a opponent that didn't move that you could just practice all your moves on.
Yeah,
that's actually a good idea though. Lev.
I actually heard that from somewhere. I can't remember.
No, it was your idea.
I can't read that.
Thanks for inviting me on, guys.
You're welcome.
Somebody had to save the show.
Yeah, definitely wasn't going to be me. I brought this show down.
You're implying that I ruined the show.
No, he's talking about me, Levy.
Yeah, we're talking about shit.
I think all of you are in the show.
I'm calling it right now. This answering of Nate's question is probably going to be the most favorite part of segment of the show.
I can just picture Nate just sitting there listening to the show, just shaking his head in his hand.
People are going to want to know, about sex robots and shit.
God. I'm glad we're the number one source of information for it.
Absolutely.
All right.
Not only you guys number one Beast Wars podcast, you're also the number one Sex Robots podcast.
Josh, do you have anything in closing?
Thanks for having me on. Check out my YouTube page, SLB Vlog. Go shop Chosen Prime. And yeah. Yeah, Kyle, go subscribe to the SLB Vlog.
I will.
Thank you. I appreciate it. You'll be my 122nd subscriber.
Kyle, do you have anything in closing?
I don't. Thanks for having me on again, and shout out to everybody out there in fucking Toyland. Yeah, I don't really have anything to promote. You can find me at Brother Kyle on the gram. Sometimes I post cool pictures, which I'm hoping will be improving over the next year or so.
Cool. Lev, do you have anything to...
Just glad to have Josh and Brother Kyle Long, thanks for filling in for Mike tonight.
Who?
And I hope I live long enough to see artificially intelligent, anatomically correct, sexually functional androids in my lifetime. So, dicks out for Harambe.
Oh my God. With that, fuck you, John Bailey. Enough's enough. We're out.